Hey guys, J-Man here in the Danger Room. All right, there's a lot to talk about today. I'm waiting for my panel to show up. I want to. We're gonna hit upon the 7 minutes of Mortal Kombat, which I just watched, and also there's the Shang-Chi trailer to talk about. There's a bunch of comic releases. There's what do we got? Got Way of X. We got Flash to talk about. We got Nightwing. I also grabbed the rest of this U.S. agent stuff. So I haven't read these yet. So there's one more issue, and then that's the whole miniseries. So I'm gonna go through that once I read them all. And I want to say hey to Anthony, what's going on, man? Marco, how's it going? All right. So I'll keep it pretty loose in the beginning here while I'm waiting for the rest of my panel to arrive. And so this U.S. agent series that just I guess it's written by Christopher Priest, who's a pretty good writer. He did the big thing was Black Panther. I think that was like sort of the big one that I know him from. But I guess they're figuring with John Walker being on Falcon that they want to bring out this miniseries. Movie King, what's going on, dude? How's it going? Arkham, what's up? Batman, Fortnite. No, I did not pick those up. Should I get them? Should I get it? Let's see. I did get a bunch of things on. I did get a bunch of things this week, but I did not get the Batman. Let me check it out on Comixology right now and see how it's. It might be too late if you don't act on these things right away. Then you're kind of screwed. My comic shop is like what we call. I used to have a term called NL, which was no life, and these were the guys that had no life other than comic books, or no life other than movies. So you're just like, oh, I gotta get to the shop right away. Hey, Truth, what's going on? Did you guys watch the 7 minutes of Mortal Kombat? That was pretty cool. Oh yes, you get a skin. That is correct. Okay, so you know what happened with that? I did not get that. My shop had those. They're limiting them one per customer. Now I know the owner, so I go there before the books are out. So the books aren't like he's just getting the books, so he hasn't put them out to the public yet. So I have an opportunity to get anything I want before that. But I just passed on it. I don't play video games except for Marvel Strike Force. But yeah, I'm looking at it right now on digital, and it looks pretty neat. So maybe I'll grab the digital copy of it. I know, yeah, there's like the Harley. I don't know if you got the Harley Quinn skin or something like that with it, but yeah, I don't. No, I don't have everything. See, he, Arkham just figured out something I don't have. I don't have everything, but I just ordered the Captain America cereal. That's those cereals are those old black and white, the chapter plays. I have so many of those, Dick Tracy and the Batmans and Superman and Captain Marvel and Spy Smasher. So there's a guy coming on. I'm just working this out with him. I've got a guy coming on. We're gonna go through all of the movie serials for superheroes, and he is the guy who is officially putting these out on Blu-ray. So he's put out Commando Cody, which is Rocket Man, sort of like a Rocketeer before Rocketeer. So he's the guy and Crimson Ghost. He just put those out. He put Captain America out. So this guy is officially releasing these on Blu-ray. So I've been chatting with him back and forth for a while now, and I've known him. I don't know him personally, but I've been a part of his fan group, his page for a long time. So I'm going to get him to come on, and we're just trying to figure out when's the best time for him to come on to talk about all this stuff because he's like right into it. Mm. Oh yeah, I don't. Yeah, maybe. I guess not. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't read it. I might just get it on digital because it's so easy to get these things. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting him on here. I reserve every DC. Yes, yeah. My comic shop. I order. Greymalkin's just going to be popping on in just a second. We're going to talk some X-Men stuff. And dude, we got a lot to talk about with this Way of X because I really liked it. But um, I get the I get both Batmans. both Supermans, Flash, Nightwing. I'll get that Detective Batman. I'll get Robin. I get what else do I get from DC? Wonder Woman, of course, duh. What else? Infinite Frontier, Joker. For Marvel, I get every X-Men thing, and that's the only, I only get X-Men from Marvel. I get Captain Marvel as well, but nobody likes Captain Marvel, so I never talk about it. Um, Poor Carol. All right, let's bring in Greymalkin here. How's it going, dude?
Oh man, you're absolutely right. We have a lot to talk about.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so
Which where you want to go, man?
I mean,
I got a lot to talk about everybody.
okay, well,
Okay, all right, let's
hold,
jump right into it.
okay, okay, hold on. Let's wait on. Okay, let's wait on this one. So let's just wait on this one then.
All right.
Okay, so I mean, Sword. Did you like Sword?
Oh, I loved Sword.
Sword is so good.
Oh, you know, I'm having trouble recording my review of it because every time I read into it, I get something so like I get something else in there, like um, just just wow.
Yeah.
Fabian Cortez is the worst.
You know his. Oh man, his little speech. He had some interesting points.
And
I'll give him that. But dude, like, and then Magneto's like, "Are you telling me your backstory's worse than mine?" You know, like basically Magneto told him to go friggin' take a long walk off a short pier, buddy. It's like,
no,
who are you to talk to me about my backstory?
can we talk about how all this was a plan just to humiliate? Oh, hey, Truth.
Hey.
Oh, yeah, I do. 1407 Greymalkin Lane.
So his description, his link is always in my descriptions. That's just a standard thing I put in all the time. So I always have your link in there,
Oh, cool.
and Steve's link is always in there as well. So anyone can, anytime you go to, once this gets published, you can go to it now in the description, and it's always there. Yeah, give a sub, because like Greymalkin, you go a little bit more in depth. I've noticed in your analysis of like I'm just doing it. Like my reviews are very like short. Like it's like, hey, I liked it. This was cool, and then I kind of get on with it. You're more getting into the depths of it. I feel.
I appreciate that. Like,
Yeah,
it's kind of intentional because there's so much continuity in there, and so uh, like you gotta like I like oh, thanks, bro, appreciate it. I like seeing the little intricacies. Like
yeah.
plus I love the story. I love all these characters. Even Storm gets away with a lot. Just said, just that's a whole other thing.
I liked her a lot. There's the one book, was it Marauders, where I didn't like the way she would. No, Children of the Atom. I did not like the way Storm was acting in that because I don't think Storm would be as silly. She was acting a little too silly for me. She was
Yeah.
killer, and every time I see Storm, she's been the best.
Oh yeah.
Except for that one time, but like she is awesome.
Like no, Storm in the past year has been amazing.
It's amazing. She's a standout.
Her giant size
Oh yeah,
was a standout. Was
awesome.
So good.
That was awesome.
And
Raven, what's going on?
Raven, what's up? It was just great. But I really like going into the to the intricacies, the depths. And plus it's just really fun to see. Oh, that was so good. It was so good.
So basically for you guys who don't know, so basically Fabian Cortez, Cortez, he was killed, and everyone who gets killed now just gets automatically resurrected, right? Well, actually, interesting enough, is there prejudice in who gets brought back first?
I wouldn't call it prejudice. I call it preferential treatment.
Sure, okay, right. Like, and that was very interestingly handled because it's like, well, your powers are crap, so we'll resurrect you when we get to you. Or you've been shady in the past, we'll resurrect you when we get there. Yeah, really.
That's it's preferential treatment. And what they're saying that they're kind of creating a warlike country. I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah. Russell Crowe's gonna be Zeus. Oh my god.
That's I can see that.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Can we talk about the beginning where? Oh no, are we going with Way of X first? Are we? Oh no,
No,
we're doing we're
we're
doing
doing
sword.
well sword. Okay, so sword. I mean,
Don't trust the
basically,
Kree.
yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, I found out. Don't trust the Kree. The Kree are always shady.
Yeah, don't
Like,
trust them. Yeah.
like I actually think Captain Marvel, the movie, did something right. It exposed how shady the Kree are and how like the Skrulls they're not really that bad.
Oh, the Kree are a bunch of dicks. Like, let's face
Oh,
the facts. We know that they're shady as shit. I don't trust the Skrulls either, to be honest, because like they're kind of.
you know what you're getting into with the Skrulls. They're
That's
upfront.
true.
Like they're like, hey, I will hey, I'll work with you, but if it came down to defending my world and you, I'm choosing my world every time.
You know,
And
do you watch Star Trek, or do you do Star Trek or not
yeah,
really?
I do start. I dabble. I dabble.
Okay. So the Kree are like the Romulans. They're
Yeah,
sneaky,
yeah.
right? And you don't know what they're thinking. And then the Skrulls are like the Klingons. Like you know what you're getting. Like they're warlike. They're gonna be pissed off. Or like no, I don't mean attitude wise.
Yeah, but they're really charming. Like I like seriously, like the Klingons are like to me.
I
I
like
can
Klingons.
identify with them more. What you gotta do is like prison rules. You gotta go up to them, punch the biggest one, and say, and like you know, be like a DMX video,
Yeah,
bark at her or
Kapla or
something,
something. Like you gotta go
and they're,
Kapla.
they're like, "Hey, I like that guy. He's a good guy."
He's a good guy.
Oh, he
Yeah.
just came up and just punched right in the face. I,
Oh, so basically, these guys are getting killed. There's like some war going on.
oh, the
What is it?
Snark War.
Snark War.
God, that's. I like the name.
Yeah.
And I, oh, let's get to Brand later because
Okay.
she's
Okay.
so good with this.
She
Can we?
was great. Yeah. Brand. Oh
Oh,
my god. Yeah.
Brand.
She was killer.
No, also Jean Grey when Cortez meets up with Jean Grey, she's basically saying, "I do not want to be here. I
I
drew the
know.
short straw.
Yeah.
Like you are not as cool as you think you are."
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
She
she's like,
couldn't give a shit about him.
"Down, I love it." Uh,
Um.
and Brand was looking good.
Yeah.
Abigail Brand was looking good.
Yeah. She was awesome. Let's see if I get a good shot of her. I like the art in this book too. Hey, did you notice that Jean's wearing her better costume?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what I really liked about it. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's the Jean that's the Jean when I first met her. I'm
It's
like,
been
oh,
yeah.
that's all right. I see you. I see what you're doing.
I don't like the so there's Brand. She's like all in like a big suit and
Oh my
everything.
god, she's so cool. Like
She's cool, man.
I keep thinking Anne Hathaway would kill it with her.
With the
Like, yeah,
green hair.
the short hair, but like you give her the opportunity to be mean and not be so nice as we normally see her. That would be really cool. Like,
Yeah, I didn't think she was a good cast for Catwoman per
no,
se.
no,
That was not great
trying
casting.
she was
Uh,
really trying something with that. I get that.
yeah, she would be more suited to this, where it's a little bit more like because
Yeah.
Catwoman has to be a little bit sexier. I'm not saying Anne Hathaway's not, but like you know what I mean. Like Michelle Pfeiffer was perfect, being
Oh
all
yeah,
like she was perfect.
man.
What's up, Caleb? Anthony, what's your favorite Marvel DC? Right now, oh man, I like Joker a lot right now. And for Marvel,
I like Nightwing.
what's your favorite? I mean, Way of X might be my favorite right now, just because of this issue. But not what's my favorite Marvel comic right now? I'm gonna say Wolverine or New Mutants, maybe.
Okay, all right.
I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? Let me ponder.
Okay. DC. I really like Nightwing.
Oh shit, that's great too.
I like the art. I like the
Yep.
fact that he was thrust upon being a dog owner by his ex girlfriend, which no one's really bringing up. I think that's weird. But
Yeah.
as far as Marvel, I'm going with that's Hellions.
Oh, Hellions is. I agree.
Hellions to me
Hellions.
is like the show Archer. No, they all don't like each other, and you always feel like it's so catty.
Yeah,
And
I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to agree with you on that. I think Hellions is the best. It's just and the team is so unique.
Right, and they actually really work together. Oh, also, I have a question for you. Who is the worst mutant, Fabian Cortez or Empath?
Okay. All right, Truth. We're going to talk about this in a second, but okay. Here's the thing. I like Empath's like craziness, so I just like him. I think you know what? There's okay. Full confession here. I didn't give two craps about Empath until Hellions. All of a sudden in this book, the guy's like one of my favorite characters to read on because he's absolutely.
That's all.
Yeah.
He's David Tennant and Jessica Jones. He just does what he wants, and that's what that's why he's so dangerous. But Fabian Cortez, though,
he's just a piece of shit. That's the thing. Like I can't get into him. Like I guess he's a better villain than I suppose if you're going to ask me that question.
Yeah. No, I know. I just like who's just the worst who's the more worse of a person.
Of a person, I guess Cortez.
Cortez is really bad, but you have to admit he's one of the most upfront racists I've ever seen in my life, and it's so refreshing, right? It's like
yeah. He's like, I don't care.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, I get it. Like,
right, he doesn't care. Yeah, it's like
with him
and his big speech. Oh, and they're like, buddy, you're like this big rich boy, you know, and you're talking like, ooh, and Magneto's like, are you seriously gonna do this right now? You know, with me sitting here, it's like, yo, whatever.
Like, I get it from part of it. I mean, his parents casted him and his sister out.
Right.
They found out they were mutants.
When they found out, yeah.
Yeah, that really kind of messes with you.
For sure.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, the thing is like, yeah, but like, I love Empath. I would definitely buy an action figure of that character right now. I want all of the Hellions figures. I want like a little collection of the whole team.
I want an X-Men series with the Hellions, but similar to the Harley Quinn. It's the Harley Quinn show.
Right. Oh, like, that'd be cool.
Thing, and they're just like, yes, all that. The X-Men are ready for it. It'd be so funny just to see Sinister talk all that crazy. Oh, okay. You know what? We'll get back to that. That's Way of X stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna get to Way of X. I'm gonna bring Steven in.
All right.
So what's going on, Steve?
Hey.
Hello, Master. I mean, Steven. Sorry.
All right, so let's Marauders. No, I do not like Marauders. That's my worst. I know some people like it.
Wow.
So Tom Taylor, so Tom Taylor taking over Superman. Let's address that really quickly. So I liked X-Men Red, which was Tom Taylor. Is that correct?
Yeah,
that was Tom Taylor. I liked X-Men Red a lot. That was probably my favorite of the colored, or I don't know what to call them.
No, it's funny. It's just funny.
It sounds weird, like the colored. Those colored books, I don't know what to call them because it's it's gold, blue,
Okay, how was it that gold started off so strong and it sucked?
Blue,
hey, X-Men Blue sucked consistently.
Right. Yeah, X-Men Blue. I didn't like that angle. I still bought it all. I liked X-Men Gold quite a lot in the start. And it started to just they switched creative teams.
Yeah, because that is Muslim, because
that Muslim thing or whatever.
It really.
To be honest, I don't even understand. I didn't even understand what I didn't even understand what was going on there. I have that issue. Yeah. I didn't even understand what was happening there. And the thing is, like, I have a friend from childhood, from grade 7, who's my friend now. He's Muslim. And we like, Steve, were you at Fariaz's wedding or no?
No.
I didn't. Okay, so like I was at his wedding, like, so I've had a Muslim friend forever, and I don't think he understood what was going on. he was like, well, what's going on in this? I was like, I don't know, man.
Easy. No, but the obviously the best X-Men colors. Yeah, it really was the X-Men Blacks. Wow. Really, the blacks are better.
I liked X-Men Red. That was Tom Taylor. I have to. What else did he do? Can you remember offhand what else he did? Let me see. Let me pull him up here.
Like I really like. He had a really great team. The roster was really strong. The fact that he had Namor, like
Namor's my favorite guy. So yeah,
he's great. You know, like she got Namor to bow. See, if Cyclops is the greatest X-Man, Jean Grey is the second greatest X-Man because
I agree.
People work for her who you never would expect.
I mean, her being a leader of that squad was the best, and Nightcrawler in there and everything. That was sick. Okay, so he wrote a lot of good stuff. He did all new Wolverine, but some people, I think Tom Taylor's one of those guys where there's like some people that don't like him for certain things and other people that like him for other things. So I always have to read. I'm going to have to read it. Like I'm always going to read Superman comics. I've never missed anything. I've never missed anything since New 52 for sure.
Right.
But even prior to that, I did not miss a lot. So I'm definitely going to read it. So Jonathan Kent is going to be Superman. Well, I like Jonathan Kent. So let me see how that plays out. Jonathan Kent should be fun. Yeah, I like Jonathan Kent. He's a great character. I like Infinite Frontier. I'm reading Infinite Frontier. I'm liking everything that I've read from Infinite Frontier. We're going to discuss some of it today. I'm liking the Batman Joker. So Steve's caught up now and everything. I want to talk a little bit. I know Steve, I don't think you've read any of this stuff, but we got to talk a couple more things about the Marvel, the X-Men stuff because let's talk about what do you think of X-Force with Kid Omega, battling his inner demon or whatever.
I was really surprised that Scott and Jean still sleep in the same bed. Right? That was. I love the horror movie. That was really cool. This I love it. Like I want to see. I would love to see that in a movie. Like, what do you? I think it's the next step. What do you do with the kids have superpowers? How do you make a horror movie off of that?
This was scary shit. Like Kid Omega is like evil self or whatever, the dreamscape. This reminded me of Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, where you could basically whatever dream powers you wanted, you could have. And there's a part where Kid Omega makes like a psychic chainsaw or something. Remember that? You're like, what the hell's going on? And I'm like, he's gonna go literally chainsaw the other guy or whatever. I'm like, this is crazy.
Also, Jean had some really nice little moments in this. Like she was telling Kid Omega at one point, like, listen, I really like where you're going with this, but I will kill you in a hot minute if you use this against me.
Yeah, she's like, look, this is a need to use only situation. And her and Dom, I just can't stand this Jean. I can't stand Marvel Girl's outfit at all. I hate this costume. I wish they'd go back to the I like the X-Men. My tattoo is the X-Men red.
That was a really cool costume too. But she needs a code name too. She really needs a code name.
We'll just use Phoenix or something, right? Like
no, they gave it to that
Rachel?
No, the other one. This happened
recently. Hope? No, who's Phoenix now? Someone else?
Quake or something? Quake from it. She was
I missed that?
Yeah, like when the Avengers was doing that whole Phoenix thing.
You're talking about Quake, like
Quake.
Daisy or whatever, Daisy Johnson or she's on Shield and stuff. Yeah, okay.
Like, so we're never going to see her again.
Yeah, that's done. Okay, we got to talk about Way of X, big time.
Oh, also real quick, X-Force. This is the first time we see Domino and Jean Grey have a conversation ever.
Seriously? Yeah.
That
was a weird team up. I mean, like.
No, you read this stuff for so long, you're like, oh, these people all know each other. Like, no. This is the first time we actually see them talk.
Interact.
Yeah. I never picked up on that. That's crazy. Being a fan of Namor nonsensical.
Yeah. I mean, but
he's making fun of me because he knows I love Namor. That's okay, Truth. If you accidentally see a bunch of lost subscribers, you'll know what happened. I don't know. I know all the algorithms.
Just like Namor.
Do I like Batman the Killing Joke? Anthony, why are you asking such silly questions? You know I own that book, of course, and of course I like it. So
yeah.
All right, Way of X. Yo, dude.
Let's get into it.
Dude. Oh my god.
Nightcrawler on the cover.
Right.
So
Oh
it's
yeah.
all not. Steve, you should get this. I don't know if
Yeah,
it's
man.
sold. I don't know if it's sold out. I should. I sat there and I thought I should buy a few of these. And I was thinking of you actually, Steve. I thought, maybe I should grab one for Steve. So this is Nightcrawler trying to make his own mutant religion.
Or
Oh,
trying
that's
to,
awesome.
well, it's not really a religion
That's
though. It's more like he's going through a spiritual crisis.
Right.
So like people keep die or are able to, or die and they keep on being resurrected. Does that mean are they the same person? And they really brought up some really interesting stuff. But also,
So good.
I don't like the beginning of this because it's a lie. It's
What?
a lie. No, okay. The photo where they had Xavier holding his son with the mother, that never happened because he didn't know about Legion till Legion was an adult.
Oh shit! But has something changed because Moira's been effing up all these timelines?
No, same thing. Everything that's happened, everything we've known that's happened is just been this timeline. So we don't like. So I'm looking at that like he never did that. He's not a bad father. He just didn't
You're
know.
right.
Like
you're
how
right.
can you be a bad father if you don't know? Like
that was just foreshadowing.
Also, Moira is wrong because she knew about the child. Because the mother, Gabrielle Holler, the mother, she reached out to Moira and told her, "Don't tell Charles." So when the kid's power started manifesting, yeah, that whole thing is a lie.
Oh shit! Yeah, this is the page you're talking about right here.
Weird.
Where he's got the photo. But I mean, when you said the beginning, I thought you were talking about the mission when Pixie literally takes a shotgun blast to the face.
Oh god,
dude, that was crazy. You know what? So did you pick up on the fact that Nightcrawler made her a cheese sandwich for her resurrection?
I wanted a sushi roll.
Oh, dude, that was so good.
Oh, also, can we talk about the fact they made Wanda an insult?
Oh,
don't be a Wanda.
Don't be a Wanda.
Wanda, they're inward now?
Yeah. Yes. No, it is. Yeah. So, because remember, a lot of this, I mean, this book needs a live stream on its own because there's just so many, every page has something crazy.
It's so good.
It's so good. I cannot highly recommend it enough.
All right, Orcus came up, had their own museum of hate where they just talked about all the bad things mutants have done. Their whole conversion therapy.
That was awesome. And then they steal the statue of Magneto with the.
All right, okay. Also, the fact that the kids make fun of Nightcrawler, like, man, what happened to you? You used to be cool.
Yeah.
It's like, it's hurtful.
But dude, okay, tell me this wasn't super sad, this whole section here.
Oh yeah, that was I knew it was something, but can we talk about Magneto's sermon?
I know.
Like Nightcrawler was playing a joke on
him. Yeah.
Just like ha 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 ha, like when Wolverine peed in his helmet.
Yeah. That was great.
Yeah, he peed his helmet. And Magneto just totally took that and just said, like, I'm happy we had this because like, bro, it was a joke. You're not supposed to. Like, why are you taking it that? This is why nobody likes you.
Magneto is smart though, man. Like, he took that opportunity to just be like, okay, I'm going to do this big sermon now. You're like, okay. And, did you laugh at this? Dr. Nemesis is in charge of every department.
Yeah. It's like, you would like, listen, you ghoul. He called him a ghoul.
That's Dr. Nemesis now. He has like mushrooms growing out of his head and stuff. Like, what is going on with this character? And he creates this entire science core division, and he is the supervisor of every section of it. And what's the point of even having this? It's like thermodynamics, supervisor, Dr. Nemesis, quantum weirdness, supervisor, Dr. Nemesis. It's like every program it's like, why do you even have this? Like, what's the point of it?
Awesomeness.
Also, one thing I really, really liked that something I always thought about telepaths in general, where Nightcrawler, he was talking to Xavier, but Xavier asked him what's wrong. He's like, "Bro, you already know." He's like, the fictional politeness of telepaths.
Yes, the way Kurt, like Nightcrawler, phrased that was perfect.
I really like that.
Yeah, why are you pretending? Like, it's like, oh, you're being polite and asking me, oh, what's wrong? You can read my mind. But yo, dude, this was so disturbing to me. The Lost getting.
Yeah,
I don't know.
No. Yeah, she got kind of at the worst of it because she had Magneto when Nightcrawler. She came to Nightcrawler and asked, like, "Hey, can you do it?" And he actually, this is something we've seen in Reign of X so far.
Yeah, we've seen it.
We've seen like young mutants go up to established heroes asking, "Hey, can you go to the Crucible with me? This would be really good. Like, I want you." Like, they've seen this honor, and they get brushed off, and they get the worst possible person. Like, the first one was Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Well, no, she kind of chose that one, but the first that one in New Mutants as Danny Moonstar, and Danny Moonstar, like, it's like, oh, you shouldn't do it because you're beautiful just the way you are, which is the equivalent of a pretty person telling a person who's obese, hey, you don't need to exercise. You're beautiful in the inside.
I know, but oh god, I love Danny. I love Danny, and I don't think she was trying to.
Yeah, that's how it sounds, man.
I know. I don't think she was trying to be like that.
Purity mutant. She doesn't have any real problems. When she's like, anytime one of the X-Men say, "Oh, my life is so weird," I'm like, really? Your life is so weird. You're beautiful and you're powerful and you're like,
yeah.
And basically you have a sugar daddy that you don't need to sleep with. You're fine.
I know, and the thing is, I'm just putting the book down. I know, but so just to give context to Cosmos, what's going on, man? You're not late this time. Just to give a little bit of context to what's going on. So Wanda, as we know, a lot of the mutants lost her powers, the X gene or whatever.
Right.
So the way that it works in X-Men now is that if you die, you can be resurrected. Now, if you lost your powers, if you lost your X gene and you die, you also still get resurrected, but you will have your powers back. That's what they're saying. Yeah, so what happens is that mutants, can go into the Crucible and fight another mutant. So it's like, let's say you're like, I want to fight Wolverine. Wolverine will kill you in combat. You'll be resurrected with your powers back. Now, the thing is, though, when Magneto's killing this woman, it's awful, actually. Like, isn't it? Like,
it's really bad. It's
quite awful. Like, and Nightcrawler's like, she wanted Nightcrawler to kill her because Nightcrawler is the nice, like, he'll do it nicely.
He's kindly mutants.
He's a kindly, but and like Magneto is just kicking the crap out of her. Like, he literally, like, where's that? Like, he literally shoots so many of those spikes at her. Like, look at this. It's like, so he shoots that into this woman. And you're just like, oh my god.
Though she gets him back later, though. She does mess with him. She gets him back for that later, though.
She has, yeah, but I know, but that was a very funny way to do it. But yeah, dude, like, so Nightcrawler's kind of like thinking, like, okay, well, what's going on in between resurrection? Like, when you die, and then if you're not resurrected right away, what's happened to you? And it's like, should you be killed in this way? Like, are you a different person? So there's a lot going on in this book, and then the villain is revealed at the end, and it's Legion. So that's gonna be interesting. No,
no, but it doesn't make any sense because, like, Xavier didn't know Legion, and like, he didn't know Legion until after he was already crazy. So, like, when he said, "Oh, I'm a bad father," I'm like, not really. It's more like Gabrielle Haller is a bad mother.
Right.
She's a bad mother. She made you a bad father by withholding information.
Right. Yeah, and Xavier doesn't really go around reading minds just to do it too, right? So he's like someone who respects.
Now he didn't used to. Now he does. It's like, but here's the thing. After because I read Way of X before I read X Force. It seems like Gray's the only person who still believes that. Like, oh, I don't read anybody's mind right off the cuff, because she was told that by Xavier, and she doesn't do that. She really doesn't do that.
Jean doesn't do it. No, Jean does not do it.
No, which is funny. I like everybody else breaks that rule except for her.
Oh yeah, well I wouldn't trust Emma or whatever, right? Like,
you just expect it.
Yeah, you're gonna read my mind, so whatever. But that so I mean the X-Men had a great week this week because all great books.
Oh,
this is a killer good week.
Some great stuff.
So Steve, tell us so what for DC there was Nightwing that came out this week, and you caught up on the Batman. Did you like that detective thing?
Yeah. The one thing that I wasn't ready for. I mean, I remember you mentioned that Gentleman Ghost was in it, and he's got a monster's form. But I don't recall. You may have mentioned. I don't recall. Batman punches him in the face.
Yeah.
He punches the Gentleman Ghost in the face. He's got those gloves from Constantine, and I'm like,
yeah.
How did he just punch? Like, he mentions it, but I'm like, how the hell did he just punch Gentleman Ghost in the face?
Yeah, Constantine gave him those gloves.
He's Batman.
Yeah, so Constantine gave him these mystical gloves that you can actually beat ghosts up, because Constantine doesn't really do fists. He doesn't beat people up with his fists. He's just going to do a spell. So literally, he gave him these gloves that could beat up ghosts. I don't know what to tell you. I want to see a martial arts movie now where they're going to go around beating the crap out of ghosts with these spiritual weapons or whatever.
Oh, I would watch that movie.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome. Otherwise, yeah, it's good. I really like Knight and Squire. Didn't really know about them that much before.
They're cool though.
Yeah, they're cool. Concept is cool. We'll see how it goes. They're really going with this whole Alfred is dead though thing, eh?
He's dead.
Yeah, he's not coming back.
They have not brought him back. There's not even a hint of him maybe coming back.
Yeah. Well,
it's like
if you watch Joker War,
if
you read it,
Joker War.
Yeah. In a way he does, but I'm not going to give it away. He doesn't come back permanently, obviously, but
right. Because his entire fortune's with Nightwing now, right?
Yeah, right. And I was thinking, Alfred's the sort of guy who he wasn't really a hero or anything. He was a hero, but he wasn't really like a superhero or anything. So he's the sort of character you could conceivably leave dead.
Yeah, because Batman now has he's lost some of his money. He's still super rich, but he's lost some of his money, and he's set up those mini bat caves around the city, and he lives in that sort of little complex.
Yeah.
So it's not it's the bat caves are kind of everywhere, which is what they used in the Arkham. Did the Arkham game come up with that idea first, or was that?
I think so. Where he had a cave in Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is kind of interesting, actually.
Oh, that's an awesome concept.
I mean, I never thought of that.
But it's a brilliant idea though.
Yeah, but if he had a cave in Arkham, wouldn't why are villains still getting out?
No, it's like he's got it hidden in Arkham if he needs it, right? He doesn't have to go all the way.
Emergency place. Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't have to go all the way back to Wayne Manor to access a bat cave. That's why.
I think it was basically made up for the game in order so that the game could be, you could play the game in Arkham Asylum but still have a bat cave.
Yeah.
Why is Nightwing taking care of a dog that he didn't want?
Because he's a good guy. And he's
man.
No, that's BS, man. He was going to do the responsible thing by putting the dog in the pound. Because why? Because he's responsible. He's like, I can't afford a dog right now. Well, he can afford it.
He can afford it now.
He can afford it, but it's too much responsibility. I have to feed it, clean it, train it, and I still have to deal with Jason.
Yeah.
Jason.
not Jason me.
No. I still
Well,
what does I have to deal with? Plus, I got girlfriends. You want me to put a dog in on this? Do they realize how women love dogs? She's just making more women come at him.
Well, I mean,
Barbara's just shaming him into it, right? Like, she's basically like, don't try and pretend you're not taking the dog in, right? Like, sort of.
I don't like Barbara. I like.
I like her in this.
Oh,
she's so
yeah, I
funny.
like Barbara.
She's texting the group chat and saying like, "Oh, like his Dick's wallet was stolen. That was so fun. He got pickpocketed." And he's like, "That kid just stole my wallet." They're like, "Are you serious?" And she's like, She's like, "Oh, I just put that on group chat." It's like everybody knows that you.
It reminded me of Scott Pilgrim versus the World, where
right.
The roommate. Yeah, the roommate texts the sister. He's a sweep.
Oh, yeah. Kieran Culkin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. My reason why I don't like Barbara is kind of from the animated series.
Okay.
Because remember when she after Dick Grayson stopped being Robin and left for college, what did she do? She got with Batman and didn't tell anybody about it. No, everybody knew it. Didn't tell Dick about it. And then in the Killing Joke, she's super entitled. Oh, I'm the best sidekick he's ever had. I'm like, okay, calm down. All right. Your name's not Dick Grayson. Okay. Let's calm down. And she does stuff like that, and no one ever held her accountable because she was in a wheelchair.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, she's super cool. Like Joker War, she has her own thing with Joker, which is really awesome.
She needs to either kill him or let it go.
Well, I mean, he crippled her, right? So
yeah, kill him or let it go, because this is part of being a superhero.
But she's a member. The only member of the Bat family who kills really is Red Hood and possibly Damian Wood. I feel like Damian would if he could.
Batwoman killed Clayface.
Oh yeah, Batwoman killed. Yeah,
Batwoman will kill, and then she got. Well, then Batman let her
go. Right, like he's like, you're done. Yeah, but this issue.
Batwoman also kills ratings. Sorry.
Yes, she does. Well, CW helps her with that. But the best part of the issue was, I thought, where he takes her for pizza. And he orders 2 slices, and she's like, "Dick, you're a billionaire now." He's like, "Oh yeah, you're right. 4 slices."
Yeah.
I'll read that right now. I'll read.
It's like, okay, well, you can order more. Even I order 2 slices minimum. Like, what is going on over here?
Yeah.
So is Barbara at this point try to get with him, or are they just friends now, or because she's kind of giving off girlfriend vibes.
I feel like they're exes and just really good friends now.
Yeah, I think so.
I wonder how that's like. I've never been able to be friends with an ex. It's just like 2 magicians trying to impress each other, but they know all your secrets.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know how you walk away from that.
Nobody watches this show anymore. I stopped up.
Well, I don't know if you guys heard, but the ratings went up the last week. Like, they went up.
Rose is gone.
What's that?
Because they got rid of they changed the lead character,
which destroyed all of the relationships.
She sucks so bad.
I don't
stop watching. CW this year. Well, what about Superman and Lois? That's CW.
I tried, but I can't get into it. It just seems like when the son is so sad because his brother has powers and he doesn't, and he's like, oh my god, like my dad sucks because can we stop that trope?
Where the thing is, all of those, that stuff goes away very quickly. I feel that the brothers are like, they love each other and they help each other and they look out for each other. That sort of little bit of tension is gone. I thought the same thing. I thought, oh god, is this what this is going to be about? But honestly, it's not. Okay. I'm liking this Superman show. Probably this is my favorite Superman show since Superboy TV series, I think.
Wow. Yes, he did.
Right, and that's the girl from Krypton.
Yeah.
They should just recast her from the beginning and then not even bothered.
I don't know what they were proving. Like she died in a plane crash. I'm like, anticlimactic, man. Like,
yeah, that's lame.
No, seriously, just like have her die in the most horrible way possible, because that's what they wanted.
It's like the problem is like it's Kate Kane. That is who Batwoman is. Now you have this random person who like is, and then the problem is that Kate Kane. Okay, Batwoman's problem. Kate Kane. The main villain is her sister who hates her. Her dad doesn't know that she's Batwoman, and he hates Batwoman but loves her. So there's tension there. Her ex-girlfriend is now dating this other guy, so there's tension there, but she still loves her. It's like Tim, is it Luke? Luke Fox is trying to help out Kate Kane because he feels bad about Bruce and wants to help the next Bat person, right? Who else is in it?
The sister.
Like the sister. So there's an adoptive sister who is trying to connect with Kate Kane because, she feels that she's on the outs and Kate only cares about Alice. So she's trying to get in with her. Do you see the problem? Yeah. Every storyline in that show revolves around Kate Kane's character. You remove that, now it's like, why is the sister in the show? Why is the father here? Like the father, okay, he's part of the Crows, but like, why does anyone else care? Like, why would Luke do anything? Luke would be like, screw you, I'm not helping this woman out.
I mean, you got Lucius. I mean, like he's like, the Fox kid, like, but like, I don't know. Like, I've always found that whole trope about like, two women who are together, and then one woman gets with another dude, and then like and then the whole pine, like, oh, I'm still in love with you. Like, no, you just want that you can get her back.
Yeah, like it's so lame.
It's bad, and like the problem is that Ryan doesn't earn the bat. She just picks a costume up off the ground. Like it could have been anyone. It could have been a demented homeless man. And he was a Batwoman.
It was because Ruby Rose looks like a demented homeless man.
Yeah, but Ryan Wilder doesn't look homeless at all. It's like best nails and hair of a homeless person of all time. I've seen the homeless people. I drive home and I spit on them. No, I don't do that. When I drive home, I see them, and I've given money many a time.
Yeah,
and I gave a couple of people a full pizza because we used to have parties at my escape room. And we had a full pizza left over. There was a couple of homeless people. I was driving home like, guys, you want a full pizza? They get an extra large pizza. So none of them look as good as Ryan Wilder.
No.
It's like, no. And her van is perfect condition. It can outrun the Batmobile. It's bad. Superman Lois saved CW, thank God. What about Kung Fu? Is anybody watching that?
No.
No. No, I'm not watching either.
Okay.
They're doing Tyler Durden and Supergirl.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
they really
terrible. Yeah.
He was terrible.
I'm reading the new Nightwing right now. He is he bought pizza for everybody.
Isn't that nice?
And so I'm like, why doesn't he have a show? Screw Batman. I want to see Dick Grayson. I want to see somebody who could deal with someone who's not afraid of Bruce Wayne or Batman. Like, oh my God, he always does that. He always does that disappearing while somebody's talking thing. That's really rude.
That is rude. And then someone did it to him, right? What was that again? Someone did it to him.
Oh, I think Wonder Woman did it.
Yeah, or something like that.
Oh no, or Catwoman did, or like somebody did.
Somebody did it to him. Yeah. Superwriters are trash. Yes, we know. Yeah, that sucks.
Greg Berlanti, the guy who's been running the Arrowverse, like this is on his watch, right? Like, and the problem is that the shows are so damn inconsistent. Like Superman Lois is really good, and Catwoman is trash, and it's the same freaking Batwoman. Sorry, I don't even think of her as Batwoman. Batwoman is trash, and it's the same freaking like network. I don't get it. I think that they think that each show has to appeal to a certain demographic, which is fine, but it also has to, you can do that. Target audience is not a bad word, or target audience is fine, but there also needs to be a thought process of your target audience is also the people who read these books. It's not just like one audience or whatever. Raven, Ruby Rose makes lesbians look bad.
She. Well, how do we know what her preferences are? Because you're not allowed to ask that in an interview. Like, hi, do you want to be Batwoman? Well, before we cast you as Batwoman, please tell us your sexual preference. That should not be allowed to be asked.
No.
Who else makes lesbians look bad? She's not a lesbian. She's bisexual, I think.
There should be a balance.
Makes them look bad too.
Like
there should be a balance. Basically,
it's so off the rails. Like the quality of the shows, it's either like pretty good or garbage.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, Superman and Lois is good, and yeah, HBO's a little bit in there as well. So maybe that's your factor that's making it better. Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Yeah. We're gonna talk about Doctor Doom. Let me know when you're ready. I got two people. I got two people lined up for the next couple of weeks. I'm working on a third, and I'm getting the guy. Do you know? Well, when Sean comes on, Sean will know who I'm talking about. There's a guy who runs Serial Squadron who's going to come on. We're going to talk about movie serials. He actually sells them, and he actually puts them on Blu-ray. So he's released Captain America on Blu-ray, which I ordered from him. I ordered Crimson Ghost and the Rocket Man 3-pack. So we're going to talk about Flash Gordon. We're going to talk about Dick Tracy. We're going to talk about like Green Hornet. We're going to talk about the Phantom, Zorro, Tarzan, Captain Marvel, Spy Smasher, the two Batmans, the Superman.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many serials to go through. I also have the Blue Beetle radio show from him. I've got the Sherlock Holmes radio show. I got the Fu Manchu radio show from him. I got so much from this guy that this guy like I don't know. He owes me. I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna do a Doctor Doom talk because we've got to hit Doctor Doom up. He's like a great villain, and I have a feeling that you know a lot.
Like Doctor Doom,
I love Doctor Doom, man.
He's such a narcissist.
He's great.
Doom. Like
that's right.
First the way he always says like, "You sound stupid, bro."
Listen, you're not gonna say that to his face.
No. I want
the best part of any of the Infinity stories was when Doctor Doom and Kang had partnered up.
Oh my God, yes.
That was the best. Like the two of them, trying to talk to each other, and meanwhile they're like, "Oh, I'm going to get you as soon as I can." It's like, oh,
yeah, literally their thought bubbles are like, "Buddy, you're dead in the next panel." You know,
yeah.
That's the worst team up of all time. Like two people.
Marriage.
Yeah, that is the most toxic team up.
That was
ever.
Awesome.
Like, I mean, they cannot work together. Kung Fu is okay if you watch Carradine. Yeah, if
you never watched Carradine.
Yeah, I mean, like, come on.
No,
going to be dope. It is going to be dope. Doom might be over here. He can back it. Yeah, he can.
A lot of people can back it up, though. I mean, okay, who's to say that Marvel villains don't all get together and be like, hey, thanks for coming over to poker night. Did you invite Doom? No. All he does is talk about Doom has 4 aces. And he never brings anything. And he always says, "Well, I'll get you back. I'll get you next time." But next time ever comes.
Because if the comics would end if it came back, if he killed everybody.
You have to admit, though. Latvia is like the perfect nation on planet Earth.
Really?
Yeah, because there's no crime or anything. He handles everything, man. Everyone in Latvia is happy.
Yes, because you have to walk on eggshells. I had a stepdad like that. It's not fun. No, all right.
Yeah, Doom is great.
Which we're still waiting for them to do right in live action, unfortunately.
No, why is that so hard?
Doctor Strange in Secret Wars 3. I thought, like, okay, this could kind of work. Mm-hmm. It's like when you see a friend of yours just date somebody who you would never even imagine, like, how?
That was too good. Yeah. Okay, so Kang is going to be, I think Kang is very difficult, but I think Kang is a great villain. So he's going to be in Ant-Man, right?
Yeah.
That's going to, like how is that's going to be hard to do? Because like time travel is always messy, right? Yeah. I actually want this to be very messy. I want it to be so confusing. I want there to be like at the end of it, there's like 10 Kangs, and they're all like, "Oh, I got Kang from different timelines." Like, I want it to be a complete mess because I want to have fun with this one.
See, the only problem I don't think it's a problem, but the thing I have is like Kang really is like I don't think Kang like how does Ant-Man beat Kang? Kang is like a formidable opponent.
Yeah,
you need someone like the Fantastic Four to take him on.
There you go. That's how they're going to bring him in. Because have you guys heard that theory about they showed where the Fantastic Four were in Ant-Man 2? They were in like this little pocket.
The pocket dimension, like negative zone or whatever.
Yeah, it could be.
And Scott Lang walked right past it, but you saw it in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It was like a really blink and you'll miss it kind of thing. So,
do you think it's going to be like Spider-Man Far From Home, where they go back and they're like, oh, Jake Gyllenhaal was on the other side of the stage when Iron Man was doing that thing in Civil War?
Well, if it works, if it works, if it doesn't take away, if nobody complains about it, I'd be okay with it. I mean, the Fantastic Four, it'd be really funny if they were time in a time
displaced
loop,
or something.
They were stuck in the 60s, but like now that'd be super funny.
They could, they're gonna have to do something to get them going. Animated adaptation 229.9. I have issue number 1 of that. Falcon and Winter Soldier's underwhelming. Yep, I agree with both of those.
No, okay.
Let's see. Let's handle that on Sunday. So we're gonna be back in the Danger Room on Sunday when we finally see that John Walker's the best, and we'll finally get it. We'll finally get the
look. Did you want David Chauvin to get off too? Did you think he was doing his job?
Listen, like John Walker this is the John Walker television show with guest appearances by the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, it started off strong, but it's lost steam for sure for the two main characters. Winter Soldier, they never really. He's still the same as he was in episode 1, right? He doesn't talk.
Yeah,
I don't feel he's made much of a journey. Well, Falcon, I still feel is underutilized at the end of episode 5. Like, I still feel like he's probably the most underutilized character in the MCU, and they haven't done him justice. They haven't done enough.
They will on this next one. He'll be the full Captain America on this next one, I think.
Like, I don't know, Steven. There are far less utilized heroes in the MCU.
You're right.
War Machine. I'm gonna throw out Vision. No,
Vision's not in there.
Hawkeye.
Yeah, Hawkeye.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Oh no. Some no, I had somebody, but no.
I mean, like Mantis. Like you could say anybody, really.
But Greymalkin, you're right. But I thought the whole point of these TV shows was to utilize some of those underrated. That's why we got Scarlet Witch and Vision, and I thought that's what was going to happen here, because they were sort of overshadowed a bit in the MCU with Captain America. I thought this was your shot to really give these guys justice. I don't think the show did it. War Machine, hopefully they'll do it with his show when he starts, right?
Well, okay, so we'll unpack all of that. On Sunday. Let's save that for Sunday. I'll be there Sunday. Yes, we know you'll be there. We appreciate that. John Walker is carrying the.
Wow, that is.
Did you guys hear that Wyatt Russell
this week?
Yeah, Wyatt Russell has developed a lot of back problems by carrying that show on.
Wow.
I guess he's popular. They want him to be Snake Plissken.
Yeah, no, but
I still don't want that. I don't want that.
And he's like, no, that's my dad's thing. That's not me.
Yeah.
There should not be another Snake Plissken.
Also, do you guys know who his mother is? You guys,
Goldie Hawn.
Yeah. Goldie Hawn is his mom. That means Hudson is his older sister.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
That's a good looking family.
I
Man,
tell you,
all
man.
mods.
Oh, what's up? No
Hey,
worries.
Now,
We're all talking about
the
nerdy
Russell
stuff.
Brand's family.
We're talking about John Walker and why he's carrying Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Okay, he's not carrying it. Okay, it's part of the load. Part of it.
Lamar's not carrying anybody. I'll tell you that.
Snake Eyes movie.
Snake Eyes, yes.
Actually, you guys, would if they got the actor Wyatt Russell to play Nightwing, would you watch it?
Nightwing.
Interesting.
That's an interesting idea.
Because
I just feel weird when they use the same guy.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy. He can act, and like, you know, he's a little quirky, but not too much that you notice. Like, you ever see him in Everybody Wants Him? He's great in that, but he's only in a couple of scenes, but he's great. He's really good.
It'd just be weird because I would see him as John Walker. It's like I've got this weird thing with heroes. Like if you play so Ben Affleck has been Superman, and he's been Batman, which is weird, and he's been Daredevil.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, right? He was Superman,
and he was because he was Superman in Hollywoodland, right?
Yeah, I forgot
where he played George Reeves, and he got him in the costume too. So it's so weird. It's like having these guys like all be the same thing. Yeah, that might be. You know what? This is one instance where that might actually be better, because then I think you wouldn't have as many problems of the time where we were saying like certain scenes should have happened earlier. If you watch it all at once, well, Greymalkin, you've mentioned too, and I think, and we all talked about this, like how it's almost like one movie. Like WandaVision actually works as an episode because it is an episode. Every episode is a different thing.
Yeah.
So that kind of worked that way.
This is more of a movie.
It's more of a movie, yeah. Oh, hell no. I don't know what we were talking about. I'm sure he's not saying hell no to me. So it must have been something you guys said. Kurt Russell and his life and his family. Of course, Kurt Russell is one of the greatest human beings of all time. I Googled that. That's what it said.
Yeah.
I don't give an F.
All right, Bell. Nightwing is awesome. He should be on his third show by now. Seriously.
Hey, let's talk about Nightwing and everyone's friend, Zack Snyder. Zack killed Nightwing. So
no, he did not kill Nightwing. He killed Jason Todd.
No, it's not. It's supposed to be question to the panel. I honestly don't know, and I'm not being funny. Is it supposed to be Dick Grayson that's killed, or is it supposed to be Jason Todd? Let me know in the comments. I don't know, and I'm not trying to be funny or sarcastic. I thought it was. Is it? Do you guys think is it Jason Todd?
I didn't think it was Jason Todd.
I thought it was Jason Todd.
No, I didn't think so.
Okay, we're gonna get to that. I already see some answers coming up. Okay, I heard it's gonna have a season 2. So, it's actually Anthony. No, season 2 is called John Walker. and then it's weird how they're changing it to that. Zac Efron, let's see. WandaVision's better, is tragic. Yeah,
it's an interesting.
Gosh, what are you talking about, bro? She did whatever she wanted and got no consequences. She took over an entire town. Her kids aren't real. Her husband is not really real. Like everything about her, like she can't deal with regular people, so she creates her own her own little bubble.
Like, that's what she does.
It's so weird.
Yeah, Kurt Russell has played some. Yeah, McCready, he's sick, and we don't need to know what movies they're from. We all know the names. Yeah. But like, it's like, yeah, he's sick. Jack Burton, Jack Burton, and he's got the lipstick smeared, which is super funny. Snake Plissken obviously is the best. Call Me Snake. Ego, yes, that's correct. Now, what about? Have you guys seen Used Cars?
Yes.
Kurt Russell in that movie
he's terrific.
Is bloody hilarious in that movie.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised he didn't say Captain Ron.
I don't like it. I mean, I'll watch. I like that we could first because it's Kurt Russell. Dick Grayson going to be dope. Yep, possible. Yeah. He killed Dick Grayson. I thought
killed Dick Grayson, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? You really think Dick Grayson would allow himself to let the Joker get
Tango and Cash?
Yep.
That's one of my kills. I haven't seen Tango and Cash yet.
Yeah, we got to watch that.
Am I the only person?
Okay, no, because Gray. Like, here's the thing. To me, Jason Todd didn't mean as much as Dick Grayson, right? Dick Grayson was the first. Dick Grayson was the first one he brought in. I think that Jason Todd was always a rebel, and Jason Todd was the one who got away, right? He died before he could really, like, mold him or whatever.
Thanks to the thumbs ups and thumbs downs of the audience, and don't forget to hit the like button for me since that came up.
Think about that. Huh?
Did you vote, Steve? Did you vote for Jason to get killed? I didn't vote at the time. I was too young. I didn't understand.
I was too young. No, I wouldn't have voted though, because killing Robin is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So
it could have been Tim. I don't know.
No.
Tim.
I'm kidding. It wasn't Tim.
Yeah, he was killed by a Joker rather than Jason.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And that's why he goes in that downward spiral. That's why he's like the reason was. Yeah.
That is why.
I think anytime you kill one of his kids, he goes off the deep end. I mean,
Jesus, we don't be dick to death.
Why was he Jesus? It's like high school. High school high. I've got high school high. It's over on that shelf.
Oh, high school.
Because he looked like the longish hair.
Oh yeah, Sky High. You're right.
Sky High, yeah.
And whatever it is, I have it on.
What about Stuntman?
Stuntman Mike.
From
Death Proof.
Yeah, Death Proof. That was so good.
That was a great movie.
Kurt Russell has his ability to, like, you trust him all the way, and then all of a sudden, with one sentence, one word, he just like what? Wait, what? like, oh man, we're having so much fun. Yeah. Hey man, sorry, I killed your entire family. Wait, what?
In Death Proof, he's sitting there, and it's the moment where he goes, this car is basically Death Proof. He goes, the only thing is, you have to be sitting in my seat, and you're like, oh shit,
having the book. He's like, you know how they say it's you're all right in my book, or in my book that's no good. He's like, I have a book.
I have a book. He goes, I actually have a book.
No, and even before that, he's like, oh, which way you going, left or right? Oh, I'm going right. Oh, see, I was going left. So, the thing about it is, I wanted to build up the tension, but now you're going to have to get scared right away.
Awesome. Do you remember Hateful Eight? Do you remember he smashed the guitar?
Yes.
That was a legit guitar. Like, Jennifer Jason Leigh freaking out was because she's like, he did it on, like, real. He wasn't supposed to do that.
No, he punched every time she said something.
Guitar. And Jennifer Jason Leigh's, you see her freak out in the scene. That's a legitimate reaction. He was not supposed to do that.
Dude, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was hilarious when I saw it. I'm like, only Kurt Russell could get away with doing that, man.
Man, Jennifer Jason Leigh's a trooper. She got beat up a lot in that movie, but also they hit
her mouth.
Yeah, he kept decking her. I'm like, what the hell?
It's not okay. It's not funny to hit women. It's just funny that every time she tried to say something super mean, and someone just punched her.
He just it's so jarring. You're like, what the hell is going? Why is Kurt Russell beating Jennifer Jason Leigh?
Don't be a chauvinist. It's okay to it's equal. If it's funny to punch a man in the face, then it's funny to punch a woman in the face. I don't hold the door. I don't hold the door open for anybody. If I see a woman walking behind me, I slam the door. She has to open it for herself.
Yeah.
I believe in equality.
Hey, do you guys remember that? Do you guys watch American Dad?
No.
I've seen some of it. I know what it is. Yeah.
Okay, they had this one episode where the mother and the father were having issues, and then this one guy came in and tried to step in because he thought it was a domestic violence, and then it pans over and there's John Hamm's like, listen, you don't know what's going on. Don't be a hero. You don't know the situation.
Oh my god. Yeah, Kurt Russell with Tarantino is awesome. Facts. I'm sure it was something. I'm sure this refers to something I said.
Yeah.
Sky High was amazing. It was good.
It was good.
It was all right.
Sky High is Anthony says everything's garbage. So
just saying.
All right.
Right.
That sounds really different in a bunch of.
Yeah, if that was out of context, that's where we released the numbers. Yeah, the numbers are there. Jared back as Joker. I love Death Proof. I love it too. I would hold the door open for Belle. So
I was about to say.
What you showing favoritism now, J-Man? What's up with that, bro?
No, I believe in favoritism.
Quality. She doesn't like she ain't God. Stop putting everything on a pedestal.
I'm only it's only equal if it's people who I don't know. Then I don't care about them.
It's a case by case basis.
Exactly. I have to make an assessment very quickly.
Oh my god!
They kind of released the numbers somewhat. I mean, we don't know. I don't know what numbers are real, anyways. To be honest, like even if they say these are the numbers, I can't trust anything that anyone says. Like I can only trust what happens. Like
so many.
Yeah. Sorry, Steve. Go ahead.
No, I was just reading his thing. The numbers, like the problem is that if something's successful if they make a number one. That's how because Ghost Rider's the one that killed it for me, guys. It literally that ended it for me because I walked out of Ghost Rider. I'm like, there's no way they're making a number one of these. This was like,
oh god,
bad. And then there was a sequel.
Yeah.
I'm like, really?
Sometimes they can turn it around.
Idris Elba couldn't save that movie, and he was in it in the second Ghost Rider.
I
thought you were like, how many of those movies are like? I thought you were talking about the Dark Tower for a second.
Oh no!
Didn't say that one either.
I saw Dark Tower. Like, if you didn't read Stephen King, you would think, like, okay, this is the beginning.
Yeah, it's all right,
guys. This is like the beginning of a trilogy because they're not telling you everything.
Yeah,
but no.
I don't know. No. Okay, so
Arkham
Ware is referring to at Arkham. Beat the shit out of him. Yeah.
As Zeus
Russell Crowe is Zeus. I mean,
I'm okay.
Sure, why not? Why not? I think it was in Variety.
Russell Crowe can't act.
Stop with the cap.
All right. Truth, Anthony.
Anthony is the type of guy who sees his own biopic and say it's garbage.
He will. He'll be like, this is trash. It's like
Anthony's like, they didn't pick the right actor.
They didn't pick the right actor. I know.
He's just a hater of everyone.
Anthony is just.
Thank you.
There you go.
Did you ever see the movie? Hey, guys, did you ever see the? Well, Steve, you saw it. Oh my God, what's the guy's name? Oh my God, Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah.
And RZA.
Oh.
And it's called Ghost Dog: Way of the Samurai.
Yeah, I know that movie.
I love it. I've seen it so many times. And that's the one where he shoots the lady cop. Remember, the guy shoots the lady cop. He's like, "Oh, you just shot a woman." He's like, "I just shot a cop." He goes, "They want to be equal. I made her equal." And you're like, "Oh shit!" Yeah.
See, like this is what happens with equality.
You don't want that.
So they'll introduce the X-Men in the MCU by using the Fantastic Four. How would that be?
I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't think anyone really knows what they're really going to do and how. Maybe they don't know themselves.
I heard a couple things.
Yeah,
I heard a couple things. I heard some really good theories. It's supposed to tie into the Eternals. They're show that humanity has the X gene like inside them, and the snap is the thing that turned it on. So like humanity at this point, because because all humanity has the X gene, but like not everybody's turning it on at the same time. So it's when you get like some Christmas lights and you plug them in and only like some of them are blinking.
Right.
Yes.
That's an interesting thought. That would not be the worst explanation, and
I only watch one Cage movie more than once, which is Kick-Ass.
Oh, you need to see.
That's a great movie. I like to drive angry with our good friend Amber Heard.
Hey, be careful though, because she'll take your finger.
Yeah.
Don't mess with the herd. Herd mentality. Sex Lives Just League.
I'm not going to hate of those that want more, but I've got other things to deal with and enjoy.
Okay, so we talked about this. I think the people who really wanted this, they got the win, and you got to take the win. And look, it's going to come on 4K, right? You're gonna be able to own it. I've got a 65-inch screen TV with like surround sound, so it'll be killer on my screen, and it formats not too bad. So I mean, if that's what you need, then sorry, that was my cousin texting me. I think, yeah, we got to take the win and be like, you know what, you guys got it, and if you get more, that's good. Like me and Steve and Sean's coming on in about 15 or so. We're from this time where we always wanted more things and we never got them, so we've learned to live with the idea that we're like, I wanted another Dick Tracy movie. I love Dick Tracy. I wanted another Phantom, right? And it's like Rocketeer, and we thought, oh, there's going to be more Rocketeer movies, and it's like it never happened, and we just thought, you know what, so if even like getting a second movie of anything that we liked, we're like, wow, we're getting a part 2. We never thought, oh, there's going to be a Terminator franchise which will eventually become garbage. Like, we just thought, wow, there's a Terminator 2. I can't believe what Terminator 2. What I didn't know that Schwarzenegger was the good guy, because that was not really that well established in the trailers. It was more like there's 2 of them. You're like, oh, is there 2? And you're like, okay. And we didn't know. When I saw it in the theater as a kid, I didn't know that he was the good guy. I thought, oh, he's the good guy. And then I thought, oh my God, the bad Terminator must be really bad. Like how bad is the real one? Yeah, I don't know. So just getting it in general is good. Okay, I've kind of lost where we're at here.
So you guys like the Punisher films.
Go
ahead.
Go ahead, Gray.
I really like that. I like Thomas Jane. He's a great actor. Yep. I think he's really underrated. Yep. Like, he would have made it. No. He's like a better Aaron Eckhart, who's the guy who played Harvey.
I know who he is.
Yeah. He's more underrated. The first one, if you didn't know anything about the Punisher, you would have thought this is a simple revenge movie.
You mean the Dolph Lundgren one?
Yeah, no. I mean the one that came out before with Travolta. It's like, okay, how'd you get Travolta to do a comic book movie in 2004? Like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
And the second one, it felt like they were just trying to do whatever they could. They for Ray Wise, making him super older, making him like
Warzone you're talking about with
I
didn't see the second one. Just
so yeah. I'll go back to what I consider the first one, which is the Dolph Lundgren run. That is great. The only problem is he doesn't have the skull on the shirt. Otherwise, to me, that is what the Punisher was, especially at that time, right? Mm-hmm. And considering it was an 80s movie. The Thomas Jane one, I love Thomas Jane. I do not like that movie. Right. I don't like him carrying the fire hydrant around. That's just like ridiculous. The fight between him and the Russian was really poorly handled because they kept cutting it with the people dancing and being stupid.
Right.
It's not what the Punisher is to me. Warzone, I really like the guy who played Punisher.
Yeah.
I thought they got the actual Punisher. What's that?
No. Stevenson?
Yes.
Yeah, Ray Stevenson. Yeah.
Ray Stevenson. I really like him.
I don't know why.
I really like his character in the movie, but the movie itself fails the character because it becomes too silly, especially with the Jigsaw character. Yeah. There's one point he's like walking in, like he's marching like very like, over the top, and there's like the American, like it was almost like the guys who made Ghost Rider 2 were like, oh, let's do that to the Punisher now. Like it was a bad idea.
So this is weird. I've liked every actor they've cast as the Punisher, except the Dolph Lundgren movie. To me, is my favorite. I've watched it 100 times, and I actually did a radio show on it in high school. And we replayed the entire Punisher movie as a radio show. But he doesn't have the skull, so that was disappointing. But it's a kick-ass action movie. And I like the fact that he's fighting the mafia, the Yakuza. He's fighting every villain there is. It's not just someone who went against him. The Punisher is supposed to fight all crime. The Thomas Jane movie became a revenge plot where he's targeting the one person, and he's not just taking them out with gunfire and knives. He's pitting them against each other morally, and he's tricking them. Now that in itself is very interesting. It's like, oh, he's playing against them, and he's turning them against each other. That's interesting, but that is not the Punisher. The Punisher will just come and blow the shit out of everybody in this movie and walk away. Why is he trying to frame the wife and making it look like she's cheating? Just shoot her in the face. Like, I don't like the way that they handled that entire movie. I like Thomas Jane. He looks good.
Yeah.
He's a great actor for sure.
Yeah.
We've seen him in lots of stuff.
Great.
Yeah.
If they want to bring him back right now, I'm thumbs up to that. It's just the structure of that movie. It's like he's getting revenge on just that one person, John Travolta, and then he's like making the wife look like she's cheating. I'm like, what is happening here? This needs to be a kick-ass. Like he should have killed them in the first 10 minutes, and the rest of them we could have been fighting other bad guys. The next movie with Jigsaw, he was just too silly. Jigsaw should be scary, and he was very silly, and I didn't find him scary at all. I thought he was a joke. Stevenson looked cool. He was the best looking Punisher, like with the costume. Shane, I keep calling him
John Bernthal.
John Bernthal.
Yeah,
he was beautiful in Daredevil. And I cannot get through his own show. It is so slow and meandering. It's like, dude,
right?
I don't know what happened.
Also, he's a dick.
He's a dick. Yeah.
No, because he like that guy,
Microchip.
He's like, hey man, if you don't do what I say, I'm gonna go there and have sex with your wife, and she likes me.
That's terrible.
She likes me, and like I'm just gonna use it. And he like
Punisher.
I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but if I was in Micro's situation, me and Frank would have had to fight a couple of times. Like, nah, man, you can't be just talking about my wife like that, bro. Like,
but Punisher is no nonsense. He's not. It's all business with that guy. It's not like he doesn't care. Like, he'll kick in your door and just kill everyone and leave. He won't do anything cute. He won't do anything clever. He'll figure out the best way to get in and just kill everyone.
He's a blunt object.
Yeah, he's a blunt object. Exactly.
That's why I like the Dolph Lundgren one. There's no big thinking. He's just like, I'm going to kill you. And then even when he teams up with that guy at the end, he goes, when this is over, you're dead. He's like, I'm only doing this to save your son. Once the kid is safe, you're dead. And literally, once the kid is safe, they go back to fighting.
Sorry, real quick. We said about the 2000, the Thomas Jane Punisher. You're right. He wasn't the Punisher, but at the end, he became the Punisher.
Yep.
So like he had to deal with his own stuff first before he saw his mission.
Yeah, and this is a problem. This is my own personal bias, is that I don't want these, or like the Punisher origin is not so unique and so spectacular where we really need to see an entire movie about it. Like Superman, let's talk some positive Man of Steel stuff. Positive Man of Steel stuff. Okay, a very good elongated because Superman is interesting. The Krypton stuff, the way that the breeding works, all of that is super interesting. Yeah. To me, Man of Steel was a good, I don't want to say excuse, but like a good reason to do this, because the Christopher Reeve origin had been outdated at this point in time.
Right.
So we need to do something new to reintroduce Superman, because he didn't really have anything. Same with Batman Begins, though Batman Begins suffers a little bit of the Thomas Jane Punisher, which is like, okay, he's training to be a martial artist and a ninja. Like, who cares? Like, I get it. That could be a montage,
Mm-hmm.
It was handled slightly better, and the Thomas Jane Punisher movie, I don't think is a piece of garbage. Like, it's just not, it's not like rough enough for me.
Yeah.
But anyway, Mortal Kombat. Did you guys watch the first 7 minutes? Did anybody watch the first 7 minutes?
I haven't watched the first 7 minutes.
I saw it and I was like,
it looks cool to me, man. I mean, I'm a Japanese. I'm pretty much a Japanese guy, so just having Scorpion in there was sick.
But you saw that type of scene before, though, like the whole showing the guy with his family and how happy he is, and then all of a sudden he died. They just all die. Come on.
But that was 7 minutes. The Thomas Jane Punisher took half an hour to tell that same story.
Yeah, that's true.
Wow, man, you just had that ready, didn't you?
That came out of no, dude. That I did not plan that. I'm good on the fly.
25 seconds to throw that back in my face.
And that just, I'm very good. Listen, I've been arguing my whole life. I argue with people all the time. Okay, go ahead, Steve. What's your thoughts?
I don't like that this main character is not a guy from the game.
I agree.
As far as it being a fan service kind of movie, I mean, after Annihilation, it's hard for me to like that was fan service galore, but that was no movie. That wasn't a movie.
That was bad. Very bad movie. Bad.
So it's possible. I'm just hoping that this feels like it exists in the Mortal Kombat universe. The only time I've really felt that is parts of Legacy and the first one.
Yeah, that first one is legit though. It holds up.
Cool. It's a cool movie.
Christopher Lambert, man, like
yeah,
that was missing from the. He could have made Annihilation not that bad.
They replaced him with James Remar, and James Remar is awesome. He's from Black Lightning. He's my boy Ajax in the Warriors. And he's Dexter's dad. Riz. Oh, have you seen The Man with the Iron Fist? Those are cool movies.
Yeah.
No, you know what? Actually, I walked out of that movie. I was really bored. Like,
really?
Oh, really?
No, okay.
I liked it.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. I take it back. I was in Houston on a layover flight. I went to see Skyfall, the James Bond movie.
Okay.
I went to see Man with the Iron Fist. Never mind, I had that mixed up. I liked it.
I like Man with. I like the both of them were fine. They're fun movies. And RZA. Yeah. So I again, I'm an expert on kung fu movies. So RZA is really into. Obviously, he's really into this stuff, and he actually does some commentary on a few of the Shaw Brothers releases, and he's very informative. And like he knows this shit, and it was great to see him in Nobody. I don't know if you got Steve. You haven't watched it yet. I don't know if you watched Nobody. That's that brand new movie with Better Call Saul, Odenkirk.
Oh yeah, I heard about it. I've been hearing good things.
Yeah, and it's Christopher Lloyd and RZA's in it as well.
Oh, that's good. That's awesome.
It's really awesome. So yeah, you got to watch that ASAP.
Yes,
Shang-Chi. Yes, we're gonna talk about Shang-Chi.
That is weird. I thought that was weird. I'm like, why are we getting Shang-Chi right now?
That dropped out of nowhere.
Shang-Chi at all?
I mean, I okay, so Shang-Chi. He's so tied with Fu Manchu, but they're going to use Mandarin. They have to. They don't have the rights to Fu Manchu. I don't know. I'm looking forward to it because it's a kung fu movie, and we just talked about Shaw Brothers. Like, I love kung fu stuff, so the fighting looks not too bad.
Yeah,
I need to see it. I need to see it better. I can't see snippets.
Iron Man 3 with this movie.
I
hope not, because Iron Man 3 was a brutal disaster.
Yeah, it was.
It wasn't a brutal disaster.
Yeah, it was. It was pretty bad.
I cried.
I'll be honest with you. I've seen this movie multiple times. I still don't know what Guy Pearce's plan was, like other than to kidnap the president. I don't know what he was really doing with him. It was just off the cuff weird. Like Iron Man's walking around with like a kid's sidekick, and then he goes into that like frigging cable guy's van, and that guy's got a tattoo of him. I'm like, what is going on? Like.
2013 was weird.
I'm an equal opportunity basher. I'll bet if Marvel comes out with something stupid, I'll say it's stupid. If DC comes out with something stupid, I'll say it's stupid.
Yeah, you have to.
Reed Richards and Sue Storm got their powers from cosmic radiation. Yes, all four of them.
What
so the Valeria has no powers as far as I know.
Smart. But fun fact with her, she was delivered by Dr. Doom.
Dr. Doom
wasn't there.
Yes.
That is something he always brings up. Like, hey, technically your daughter is my daughter.
My daughter, yeah.
You weren't there. Like,
well, and that's why she's named Valeria. That he got to write to name her, right?
That was so great.
He named her after a Conan character. Yeah.
And she's the only one he listens to. The only one.
And Franklin is a mutant technically. I don't know, like because I guess everyone has the X gene, so it just like popped or whatever. And he's like he makes pocket universes. It's like it's really crazy. Like I don't know how they're gonna make that into a movie.
I'm reading Spider.
He's a top tier reality warper. Like when he was born, like he's gonna be one of the big celestial guys.
Yeah.
Like even Galactus comes around and like he sees him like. Hey, how you doing, Franklin? Everything good?
Yeah.
I'm going this way. I'm not gonna try to eat your plan. I'm going for Venus. All right. I need more spices in my diet.
So, I don't know if you guys read Amazing Spider-Man like in the 260s. I'm reading that now, and I'm at the part where Spider-Man has removed the symbiote, and it's in the Fantastic Four's lab.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and like. It's in the lab and it's trying to get out. Franklin comes by, and the freaking symbiote freaks the hell out. It freaks out. It's like, holy crap! Like the power in this kid is crazy, and it was so interesting to see that. It's in the lab for a few issues. I didn't realize it was in the lab that long before it got out.
Finally, the beard has come back to the danger room.
Hey, he had it. Hey, now, is that a new dry shampoo?
Sean, precisely at 8 p.m. Perfect.
Yeah, I noticed that.
So okay. So Thomas Jane. I mean, I liked all the Thomas Jane. I'm fine with, but Sean and I we dumped on that movie when we saw it in the theater, and we looked at each other like, "What is happening in this?"
Depends on the movie. Yeah, that Thomas Jane movie is bad. He's putting popsicles on the guy, and everyone says that's from the comic. Well, then maybe that comic sucks.
It does suck. That's Garth, and that's Garth Ennis's Punisher. I sold it. I sold it to the highest bidder or to the lowest bidder. There's some Franklin's Omega level. Yeah. So so he's good. Is bad. Well, I mean, I'd be okay with him. Drive Angry. Yes, I love Drive Angry. It's a great movie. I know Billy. I love the Phantom. The Phantom is trash. Oh, no, I'm not going to hold the door open anymore. That's it. It's done. What's going on? I was with Clobbering Times all day today because I was listening to his well, I was working from home, so it was on in the background. Okay.
And you weren't paying attention to it.
And I was not paying attention at all. And if you saw any comments from me, they were not from me. Someone was commenting on my behalf. I was definitely truth. Oh, yes, yeah.
The
five best Schwarzenegger movies: Conan, Terminator, Total Recall. Okay, Conan Part 1, the 2 Terminator movies, Total Recall, and then Conan the Destroyer. And I don't care. I love Conan the Destroyer. There's your top 5.
Damn. All right.
Go ahead. Greymalkin, go for it. Go next.
Terminator movies, Running Man, because that's a really guilty pleasure. We're a couple steps from getting there.
Yep.
Have you seen these competition shows? Just wait till somebody dies.
Yeah.
The first Predator movie. I like True Lies.
Yep.
And Jingle All the Way.
Wow.
Hey, when he putting Arnold Schwarzenegger with Sinbad.
Yeah, I know.
And then you put in a little bit of Phil Hartman in there as the creepy neighbor trying to bang Tom Hanks's wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we can do the Terminators and Conans together, so I'll say the Conans, the Terminators, Total Recall, Running Man, and maybe Predator. All right, Sean, go ahead.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Terminators is one movie. Conan, one. The second one was okay.
Sean, don't do me like that, brother. Don't do this to me. I know you love Destroyer. Don't lie. It's Roy Thomas.
It's cool. I don't know. It's not as good as the first one.
Don't pretend, Sean. I know you privately.
What about Red Sonja?
For sure. Of course. That's a silly question. Of
he's
course,
not even Conan in that, though.
Well, he's Caldor. That's good enough for me.
He's kind of Conan-ish.
Yeah, he's Caldor or whatever. All right.
Anyway, yeah, Commando, True Lies. I mean, like, there's a classic era where every single movie is 10 out of 10. So it's hard to do.
Steve?
Terminator, Total Recall, Predator, Running Man, Last Action Hero.
Oh, yeah, I like
Last Action Hero, yeah.
Oh, you know what? Honorary mention, Twins.
Yes.
That's a funny
Never
movie,
honorary mention, Eraser.
Yeah. It was okay. Yeah. I'm all right with Eraser.
It's in the slump era, man.
Yeah, I love.
Yeah.
Oh, that is very unpopular. That is probably the most unpopular opinion of all time. Ranked number 1 most unpopular opinion of all time.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
I know you said love. Yes.
Yeah.
And I've got the first 6 years of Phantom Lee Falk just down there, right next to my Alex Raymond, Flash Gordon. Oh, I have every Phantom thing there is. I even have Phantom cereal. Not the breakfast cereal.
Sure, they made one.
Greg?
For you guys, one that's a bit more problematic.
Yeah.
Best 5 Mel Gibson movies.
Every Mad Max.
Yeah.
Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Mad Max, all 3 of them are in my top 10 as one movie because that's a cheat.
Okay.
Lethal Weapon.
Yeah. Bird on a Wire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to think about it. Okay, I only got 2. What do you got, Greymalkin?
Payback.
Oh, Payback is
good.
so good.
That was good. Yeah.
Maverick.
That was good.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
I liked Maverick.
Okay, I got one. Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
Payback.
Yeah.
Okay, this is gonna be a weird one. What Women Want.
Oh yes, I saw it.
Great in that movie.
Yeah.
I gotta put it in Payback again because, like, anytime where Mel Gibson is a villain, he's the best.
He's a hero in that. He wanted his money back.
No, he wasn't. He was a jerk.
No way. I want my money too.
What? He wanted what, 50 grand, and everyone's like, really?
That was the money he lost.
That was awesome.
Right now.
You forgot Mad Max. It's like Mad Max.
You know what?
You're not
missed that. Also, but the last one, The Beaver.
Oh dear.
Oh, the one with the yeah.
That is so good.
I think didn't Mel Gibson apologize for that?
You've never seen any Mad Max movie, or is that what you're saying?
I saw the last one with Tom Hardy.
Oh yeah. But the ones with Mel Gibson.
Never.
Oh wow, that's a shocker.
The best one, the best one is the second one
for sure.
Yeah. First and second one.
And that's a must see. I know that he's. I'm not from a generation that sees him as problematic. I know he's racist, but I grew up with those movies, so yeah.
Okay, all right. The second Payback, I take that out. The Patriot.
Oh, I did not like that. I laughed.
A guilty pleasure.
Okay, the Patriot. Wait, Steve, help me out. Is the Patriot? Is that the one where I laughed in the theater? I was uncontrollably laughing.
Yeah, that was where Jason Isaac killed all the people in the church. He lured them in and burned it down. And you were crying with laughter.
No. Okay, so hold on. Hold on. Let me put that in context. So Jason Isaacs gets everybody in town, throws them in this church, and burns it down. And then Mel Gibson's family all dies except for his daughter. And then his daughter comes up to him and she's like, "I hate you, Dad."
Okay. It wasn't all his kids. It was just all of his ones.
And the thing is, though, I'm like, dude, okay, nobody's life is this bad. It's so stupid. I was just like, this is just
that's a really setup, man. That's the way you do it.
And I thought, and I was like,
7 kids. He lost 2 of them.
Okay, whatever. He lost the ones he liked the most. He's keeping her barefoot and pregnant. That's for sure.
Also, I kind of find it weird that Mel Gibson was like the one slave master who didn't own slaves. Like, we all work. We got a short film. Yes, I did see that. He's going to do the laundry or something. That's so good. That's
oh my God, Thomas Jane.
Damn, it's good to find someone like you.
I'm probably The Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 are terrible. No, that's not unpopular.
No.
Cheating. I know. Well, the thing is, usually he had a fire hydrant. Where did he die up?
Fire hydrant in his coat or something.
Yeah. That was bad. Hot take. Iron Man 3 is better than Captain Marvel.
Yes. It's not that bad to be better.
No, I'm going to say no.
No,
I'll tell you why. Because they ruined the Mandarin.
Yeah.
Oh, guys. Tony Leung is the Mandarin. How did that pass me by?
I don't know. I thought you knew.
I can't believe it. I saw him in the trailer. I thought, oh my God, it's Tony Leung. He's the Mandarin. This is my wife and I were freaking high-fiving each other. We're like, holy shit, it's freaking Tony Leung. It's like,
are you guys? I was okay with Ben Kingsley when they originally showed him.
Then he wasn't the Mandarin.
Sold that.
But then he wasn't.
They carried on about how politically incorrect it was, but the trailer sold that it could have been Ben Kingsley. He's
amazing. Come on, you'll never see me
taking more roles away from Asians.
Yeah,
They did.
Yeah,
They did.
Oh, there you
Do
go.
a review of the Punisher. There you go. You guys can meet up and do a review of Punisher. I could do a review of that one right now. Family gets killed. Boring. Wife cheats on thing. He shoots people at the end. There's your review.
you cut away from the fight with the Russian.
Cut away from there's the Russian fight.
Popsicles.
Smash, and then
There's a fake
talking.
fire hydrant. What a brutal Punisher. Anyway,
That isn't a hot take.
Okay, all right. You guys remember that one part near the end where John Travolta was confronting his best friend, saying like, "Hey, like back in the Western days, when somebody wanted to fight, you clear out everything, but you have way too much furniture for me to move." or then when he confronted his wife, and she's like, "What are you talking about? He was gay." You're like, wait, what?
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 Yeah, I remember that. It was like, oh god, yeah. That
Yeah,
was,
No, his face like, wait.
What?
What?
So I didn't see Punisher in the theater. J-Man showed it to me, and I was like, "Okay, man, Thomas Jane is going to be taking care of business for like 100 minutes." That is not what took place.
So J-Man and I saw it in the theater, and that part where the whole family dies, and it's that wife that ordered the kill. J-Man turned to me and said, "That wife's going to get super destroyed. This is going to be awesome."
He didn't
and I'm
do
like,
anything
"Yeah,
to
because
her.
Traditional action movie, that's what's going to happen." And hey, that didn't happen.
Okay, so I've completely lost where we're at here. Okay,
No.
so J-Man, I agree with you. Thank you. Whatever I was saying, I'm sure. I was never much of a Punisher fan. Respect to you. So you guys pretty much ripped off.
Executioner novel series.
So
Yeah.
I read a couple of those.
Popular with cops.
Wasn't that Remo Williams?
Remo
Who's the
Williams.
Destroyer?
He's a destroyer.
Destroyer, not the
I read the
Executioner.
first three of those. I read the first three of everything. I read the first three Destroyers. They're good, actually. Like Remo Williams is wicked. Like those books they're very easy reading, and they're really good. And I read the first three Fu Manchus, which were also really good and really cool. What else? Any of those big ones. There's another guy that we're missing too. There's a few of these like pulpish. They're not pulp. I don't know what to call them. Like
they're pulp.
They're pulp heroes, I guess. Yeah. Godzilla King of Monsters is horrible. I mean, okay, like I already like heard of the franchise. Sorry,
the color palette is crap. I don't know, and it was the posters too. I didn't understand
that neon.
Yeah, look, that movie is a wet dream. Like if you always want if you always wanted like Hollywood to do a big budget Godzilla with Rodan, with King Ghidorah, with Mothra, with other monsters, yeah, it does all of that. You can't see it very well, and it looks weird. And plus, they cut away the humans a bit too often. They cut down from not like the first one. Yeah.
No, it wasn't as bad. I rewatched it before
King. But kind of Millie Bobby Brown in the final fight. Just have the final fight all be monsters.
Yeah, it's the best that we would get from an American production. Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
Right. Like we're not talking the Japanese productions, right? Like
no.
Who you think is Power Broker and Falcon and Winter Soldier?
It's probably Sharon Carter.
Yeah, it's Agent 13.
Haven't they quashed that mystery? Who cares? Like they don't even go back to it after that third episode. I don't care who the Power Broker is. I don't care about that show. Anyway, I'll watch the last one.
Well, we're gonna deconstruct that.
On Sunday.
Like, who cares who the Power Broker is? Does it matter in the narrative
Punisher
of the story?
versus Deathstroke. Here's the thing. I think Punisher would just he would just sneak up on like Deathstroke and just shoot him in the head. Like
I don't know, Deathstroke's pretty formidable.
It depends on who knows. Like,
yeah,
are they sent against each other, or one's getting sent against the other? Because that brings up way.
Deathstroke's an assassin more than a fighter, right?
Right.
So he would just snipe him and it would be done.
And Deathstroke,
he's a Punisher as a sniper too. Like that would be hard. I think I agree with Gray. It depends who knew what first.
This is like the Deadliest Warrior. Remember that show where they test their weapons? And stuff? It's like who would win? I don't know. If you're asking, I like Punisher way more than I like Deathstroke. I have a Punisher statue. I have like busts, and Punisher's been a childhood favorite of mine.
Yeah.
Like Punisher and Wolverine. I know they've been overused, but I love those guys in my teen years. That was sort of like my childhood was Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, whatever. My teen years was like the cool guys, Wolverine and Punisher and all that. So, but I still like Deathstroke. I collected his entire series prior to this Rebirth stuff.
Punisher couldn't even kill Archie Andrews, so Deathstroke.
Yeah,
Oh, stop it, Sean. Stop it.
Don't continue the monster.
Anthony, why do you keep coming in here with your 2 cents? Like, we don't even have pennies in Canada anymore, so I can't even make change for you.
I can't even give you 2 cents.
I'm not a big Punisher fan. The Thomas Jane movie was really interesting to me. I know. See, Ambassador, think about this for a second. See, when you're saying I'm not a big Punisher fan, but so there you go. It's like if you are a big Punisher fan, then no, it's not right. It's like it was made to get, anybody could watch that. Like I know a lot of people at my job, they're like, well, this Punisher movie is really interesting. It's really cool. And that it did bring in more people like who weren't just going to watch like a bloodthirsty action movie that had no, like this tried to have more of a plot and more of a like, what's his mind going through and what would a man be like he's drinking and all this. And it's like, I just wanted to see The Exterminator. You remember the Exterminator movie, which I have Exterminator 2, the poster over there. I'm very happy. So yeah, I agree with. I'm not saying the movie is garbage. I'm just saying it's not a great Punisher movie for me. I know it's based a bit on the Garth Ennis run of Punisher, which I didn't like really. Actually,
Garth Ennis he's really overrated. Like his
I would think a little bit. Yes, Reynolds owns movie rights, Bull and Execution series. Oh, okay,
Does he?
I don't know.
All right.
What are your thoughts, Sean?
Burt Reynolds. Burt Reynolds is dead. No,
his estate must still own the rights.
Wait, Burt Reynolds. Am I hallucinating? He died.
No.
He
did not die. Right?
Oh, I'm not Googling this. This is awful. We're supposed to be geeks. Can someone confirm that, please?
He's not dead.
Yeah, he died in 2018. What the hell's wrong with you guys? He's a legend.
His estate still holds the rights.
Well, he wouldn't be holding the rights. He's dead.
No.
His family is.
He's not literally holding the rights.
His family would be. I don't know how that works then. If the right holder dies, what happens, right?
No, I think it's
Mine
like
too.
They hold the right. They hold the rights for a certain period of time.
But that family would sell those.
I want to see. I still want to see.
We don't even know what a Mac Bolan is. It's like sell it.
It's coming out like this week or something, isn't it?
Friday. It's coming out tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. There, Anthony. Okay, Anthony. This 2 cents we accept. we accept this.
We got 3 things going out tomorrow.
Yeah, 95 Mortal Kombat is awesome.
Falcon,
guys, wait a second.
Invincible.
Yeah, Invincible, Falcon, Mortal Kombat is all tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's going to be a busy day tomorrow. Did you guys hear the redo of the song from Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh yeah,
it's weird.
I heard a little bit of it in the end of the 7 minutes or whatever. I think they played some of it in the background. Did you watch the 7 minutes, Sean, or no?
No, I didn't. No.
It's basically Scorpion and Sub-Zero's origin.
Oh, okay. Nice.
I heard it. I heard the whole thing. It's like an electronic dubstep thing, and I was kind of like, wasn't my favorite.
Maybe I gotta hear it then. Maybe I wasn't.
I think of 90s dance music when I think of Mortal Kombat music.
There you go. Continue the Monsterverse.
They can continue it or not continue it. I don't care about anything continuing or not continuing.
Yeah, have Toho continue the Godzilla movies.
Toho will continue.
If the Americans want to make more, that's cool.
Yeah, Actor plays Sub-Zero sign up for 4 more, so I'm assuming we're going to get a sequel announcement soon.
What?
Yeah, if it makes money.
Get over here.
For sure, I'll see Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi looks cool.
Yeah.
So, did you see the Funko Pop of Fing Fan Foom?
No.
It's a total redesign of the character. It's still a big dragon thing.
Oh, is that who that's supposed to be?
It's like red and white this time with horns that look like antlers.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyways, he's in it. Yeah, I'm sure he doesn't have the blue trunks, but
that's very disappointing. I was really pumped up for Shang-Chi. I didn't realize that was supposed to be him.
I'm pretty sure it's a tie-in to the movie. It has the logo on the box.
Yeah, I'm
unless
looking at it
some
now.
sort of fan art or something. But I
Fin Fang.
saw the
Let's
same
do
thing.
let me do Funko. Is it a Funko Pop or is it something else? Oh
It's a
yeah, it
Funko
is
Pop.
him.
It's one of those terrible dolls I don't like.
Well, they're just calling him the Great Protector.
The Great Protector, yeah. That's well, and so maybe that's the redesign. They just renamed it, and they're not going to call it Fin Fang Foom.
Well, if it's not Fin Fang Foom, then that's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Great
You can call it
Protector.
whatever you
That's
want.
what it was called.
Kill Bill
Yeah,
is
his score
cool.
for Kill Bill
Iron
is
3 is
great.
absolute dog shit. I agree.
Yeah. No damn Johnny
Cage is
Cage.
a fail. It's a
That
big
is a fail.
fail. I hate
Hated
Iron 3 as
3,
well.
I agree.
It could be easy afford to reacquire the rights of Fu Manchu. Okay, so yeah, I mean, oh right, yeah. Well, we know why they did.
We know why.
You know,
Yeah.
like, look, let's face the facts. Fu Manchu is the best. All right, this is the facts you're gonna hear right now from me. Fu Manchu is awesome. First of all, the Christopher Lee movies are cool. I've got all those, or at least the ones that you can officially buy. It's like we got the drums. Sean, did you get drums of Fu Manchu?
Yeah, I have drums. Yeah,
so Eric
drums
Stedman
is awesome.
It's awesome. Yeah. So Eric Stedman's coming on. He's confirmed. He's the guy. Yeah. So
drums
he's from
is
Serial
probably one of the best, if not the best, cereal ever made. It's
oh wow, are you going
raised
that high?
fast? Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know what your top like 5 are, but
I like Spy Smasher a lot. I don't know
yeah.
why. Maybe just because I watched it a lot.
Some are bad, but some are like really fast paced and are the building blocks of Pulp Fiction. You know?
I mean,
look,
what about the Flash Gordons? Are you throwing those in there?
Oh, those are awesome too. I'll temper it all with this. Fu Manchu is awesome. If you like action and adventure, you have to read at least one novel. But I will say this: it is racist. It is about a race war between the Asians led by Fu Manchu and the whites, and the indomitable whites fighting against the Asian horde.
Yeah, it's
That's
the
what
Asian
it is.
peril. It's the yellow peril.
All of the tropes have been redone till now. And whether or not filmmakers and storytellers know where they all come from, even master criminals, like every single villain in James Bond is Fu Manchu. So, I mean, read at least one just to get a sense, just to say you've done it. That is where the origins of most of what you like come from. So
right. I mean, you can't. We can't go back to when the first caveman hit the other first caveman in the head with a rock.
You can't bubble wrap yourself constantly.
This guy was. Oh, this guy was an ist or something. It's like, what is happening here? It's like, look, at that time, that's the way they wrote it. It's a product of its time. You could still update it if you want and do something creative with it to try
Mandarin
to change
was
it
an
around.
update of that.
Mandarin is an update of that.
Ra's al Ghul is an update of that.
Ra's al for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. He's got the like. These guys
Ra's al
have
Ghul
the
was Fu Manchu, just DC version.
He is Fu Manchu, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Plus there's a heavy metal band called Fu Manchu, and they're good too.
Yeah.
Just as a random, I like metal.
Well, I think they are trying to change up with Ra's al Ghul because they switched. They made it from Ra's al Ghul to Talia. They kind of updated a little bit, but not really.
But Talia's still a foreign, like Middle Eastern exotic.
It's a stereotype.
Yeah,
they're not there yet, but they're getting there.
Oh man, not poor Valeria.
Rapist.
Oh man,
rapist. Like that's like Weinstein rape. No, think about it. How is it that she raped him and then got to get pregnant, had the kid, and then 10 years later, like, hey, I don't want him anymore. You take him.
What happened here? While I was reading the comments, and now we're like into like
rape.
No, Talia al Ghul raped.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were talking about Valeria for a second.
And I'm like, I don't think that happened.
My guys are gonna climatize like Valerian. And you went off, and I'm like, whoa, she raped someone?
What the hell?
Valerian. When you say Valerian, I was thinking Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Hawkeye show will be Green Arrow. Yeah, well, I don't know. I'm not a big Kate Bishop. She's not bad, but we didn't get a proper Hawkeye. That's my problem. All right, good night, Ambassador. You probably left ages ago. I'm like half an hour behind on comments.
I don't like that they added Haley Steinfeld for the daughter. I'm like, way too old to be his daughter. Well, I mean, no, she's old enough to be his girlfriend, but that's way too old to be his daughter.
All right, let's go through some of these. Total Recall. Yeah, we're like so behind. All right. I want
Yes,
another Conan
probably.
so badly.
Please, yeah.
Dark Fate and enjoyed it.
Nice.
Love Conan. Oh yes. James Will. Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Let them
Squirminator.
Dark Fate. Yeah, Dark Fate is awful.
free
Free
milk.
Milk.
I don't know.
Yes.
I like Tom Hardy.
Thank you, Truth. No,
Yeah,
man, it's true. Like,
I mean,
listen.
look. I'm not gonna hate on Tom
Charlie
Hardy,
Theron
but
can just
like,
do
He was
any franchise.
serviceable as Mad Max. He wasn't endearing as Mad Max.
he's not Mad Max. I don't know what to tell
He's
you.
not. No, he's
But
not.
he's
as
in a
good
good
as
movie.
Mel.
The movie
He's not-
is a lot of fun.
The movie's
I-
great though.
I was bored. I'm like, I don't care about any of these people.
You were
Like,
bored in
weird.
Mad Max Fury Road.
It's all
was
fighting.
watching-
Road
action.
Warrior.
Hacksaw Ridge that Mel made was good. I didn't see Hacksaw Ridge.
I
didn't
like
see it
Hacksaw Ridge. It's
Top 6 best.
We kind of addressed that. I can't think of anything other than the Mad Max trilogy. Where are we here? Okay.
Pocahontas. That was weird.
Braveheart.
Yes, Passion.
Passion of the Christ.
But he's not in
So
the,
He
wait,
directed those.
Hey, man,
Doesn't count.
Yeah,
what
it
are your
doesn't.
opinions on the Lethal Weapon movies?
Oh, I
I
like
think-
them.
I think they're all awesome. I know everyone's problem with 4 and that Jet Li is sort of like he's just there just to be there, and
That's
he
my
doesn't
only
really show
problem.
off his skill. Yeah,
That's
but
disappointing. But otherwise,
Yeah.
yeah. No, I like all of them.
They
I
talk
like them all.
about commentary in those movies. The first one was talking about how people will be trafficking young girls. The second one, they're talking about South Africa and the apartheid. Third one, talk about police brutality. And the fourth, one, they talked about immigration. That's hey,
But the fourth one is also about trafficking because what's his name? Don Glover equates the Chinese coming over by boat the same way as his ancestors came over, and he takes to them that way. So I like all those movies. They're
They're
cool.
good.
So here's the thing on here's the thing on Lethal Weapons. First one, very serious. I prefer very serious.
Me too. I like the first one the best.
Second one is awesome. It's
so good.
Is that the toilet bowl?
That's the toilet.
violent.
Okay.
It's still got its fun part. I love that scene when Danny Glover's in there and he's trying to do the distraction, and he's like, "Oh, I'm trying to join with you," and the guy's like, "But you're black." The third one is a little silly.
What?
But I really like the villain, and Rene Russo was a good addition. Fourth one, I don't know. Chris Rock, just introducing him is great. I do have the same problem J-Man does, though, that Jet Li was wasted on that movie. It's not
we knew
like
he was gonna be. Yeah.
he was wasted, right? And it's ridiculous to think that those guys would beat him in a fight. There's no way I would believe
There's
that.
no way.
No.
All right.
But they're all fun. In a
Go
way.
ahead, Gray. Go ahead, Gray.
All right, Steven, no, you hit it right. Like you got me thinking about that one scene with Joe Pesci and Chris Rock.
Oh yeah.
He's like, what? Like, I'm a perk? He's like, look at the badge, bitch. She got the gun.
Chris Rock has one of my favorite lines in movie history when he was going off in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Yeah,
And
he's
he's the
funny in
director. And he's like, there's more white women in my trailer than on the first white boat off the Titanic. I was
that. Chris Rock does good stand-up comedy too. He's pretty funny.
Spiral. I really want to see what he does
I'm
with.
curious to see how he did it.
Like, I'm not gonna see the movie.
Well,
Grant.
Spiral, yeah.
I'm not gonna see it. I'm gonna read it, and I'll be like, wow, that sounds really interesting.
Did you guys see is it season 3 or 4 of Fargo where Chris Rock is the mafia leader?
Yes.
Oh, he was awesome in that, man.
It wasn't just him either. It was
Everybody was good, yeah.
just Timothy Olyphant.
Oh my god.
As that Mormon, like he's kind of racist, but he's like
he's
kind of a jerk, but he's really nice about it.
I literally wanted to carry around carrots after I watched him because I'm like, this is. He's like, would you like a carrot? And you're like, what is this guy? He was such a weird. Yeah, he's racist kind of, but like, I don't know. It's just
about it.
It's so weird. I don't know. It's hard to explain. You should watch. All of the Fargo seasons were really good.
2 and 4. 2 and 4
are your favorites? Yeah, I like them all. This fourth one I watched almost like I just binged almost the entire thing. It was so good. Chris Rock was so good in this. And
oh no, J-Man, you'll remember this. There's a really good scene where Chris Rock is talking to the Italians, and he said like, "Oh no, he's talking about Minnesotans. Like, oh, you guys are friendly. No, you're not really friendly. You just sound really nice. That really unfriendly, but the way you do it is really messed up. Like,
yeah, it's a very nice unfriendliness. It's like,
right?
and that nurse was bonkers.
So nuts.
Bonkers. You think Joker is scary? This nurse can she is insane.
And the outlaw couple, the cowboy lesbians. Yeah. That's the best way to say it, the cowboy lesbians. Because
what were they? They were crazy too.
What happened with them? Their whole thing
was awesome.
Just Italians are mean. Italians are super mean.
Well, I mean showing the history of how all the gangs kept fighting, they'd trade their sons, and then the one son joined up or whatever. That was all good. All right, Mel Gibson. I love Apocalypto. That's a great movie. Passion is cool too.
I ate a nacho and hot dog combo watching Passion of Christ as well.
I know, we saw that together.
Mel loves the Patriot, J-Man.
Hey, Patriot
It drove you dirty a little bit.
Sony did the fans dirty.
Captain Marvel.
Man. They did what they had to do. They weren't going to sell Spider-Man back to Marvel. No, they need to make Sony's never going to give Spider-Man back. Never.
Oh no, they're never
never.
They're never giving it back.
Unless they're really like something's wrong. But yeah,
unless Disney buys Sony.
That can happen.
Yeah.
You'll buy DC first. There, now you can type your hate.
No monopolies, bro. We can't have monopolies. Monopolies block creativity.
That's how Marvel had a monopoly for years in the comics.
Yeah, that's true.
And no one cared. No one gave a crap.
Yeah, but monopolies block creativity. You need company.
They do. I agree.
Yeah.
But also corporations are greedy. So which theory wins out in the end? I mean, we'll see.
It's so hard because if you think about it, and I think we've all worked for large corporations or we've been involved with large corporations. You sit there and they're like, we made X amount of money this year. We want to make X amount of money next year. And you're like, how is that possible? If we're already
it's always growth. They always emphasize growth.
Right.
Yeah,
and it's like, well, are you doing anything to grow or are you just wishful thinking?
There's eventually a ceiling to everything. And you hit it.
Yeah.
All right, so Clobberin Times is doing the math, and he's measuring out how many characters were ruined per movie. So he's come to the mathematical conclusion that Captain Marvel is worse because it destroyed more. I know it's like this is what happens is you pick which characters you like more, and who is destroyed more in your eyes, and then that's sort of how you end up choosing. Unpopular opinion, like it wasn't very good.
Sorry, I wasn't a fan.
Iron Man 3 had more funnier. Iron Man 3 was funnier.
But I don't. Okay, so this is my opinion. I don't want Iron Man 3 to be funny, right? Especially after Avengers, when he was doing the PSD thing, or is it PSD? Yeah. I was like, okay. But then it's like, let's make it a comedy fest. Here's the thing. Captain Marvel, I keep saying Marvel because I can't stop saying Marvel when I've been reading the Marvel comics. But Captain Marvel, I don't think was a great movie, but for me, it's a feel thing. When I watched Iron Man 3 and they did the Mandarin thing, literally my stomach dropped into my shoes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
Captain Marvel, I just sat there and I went, all right. I wasn't angry. In Iron Man 3, I was literally pissed that they did that to Mandarin.
Yeah, I was just more angry about it in general. But okay. Hell no. Deadpool versus Deathstroke.
Deadpool wins.
Yeah, Deadpool can win.
Deadpool killed the Marvel Universe.
Yeah, he was just so clever. Interview over Punisher kills.
Though you just need a plan and be very creative. All you need to do, take away his healing factor, and then just let him just keep Let him just.
But how
run.
will Deathstroke do that? How would Deathstroke remove his healing factor?
Not the Orcus. I'm pretty sure they have something for him.
Well, they'd have to do something like Prometheus, where you chain him to a rock and a freaking eel comes by and rips out his liver every day. Like that's the only way you're doing it.
Hey, whatever. Okay, kill Deadpool. Okay? I hate him so much. Like.
Yeah, I think I would say I like Deathstroke as a better character than Deadpool. If we're gonna like a lot of these versus questions are usually who do you like more. That's really the question that is being asked.
So the answer is Deathstroke in that case.
So for me, it's like Superman beats everybody, right? Because he's my favorite. So and he is the best. So I mean, that's Punisher kills the Marvel universe. Yeah. So I didn't read that one, but I read Deadpool kills, and then Deadpool kills him again.
I read
or something.
that. Yeah.
I mean, those are just silly for fun things.
I'm talking to the hand.
Yes, Bird is dead. Thank you. We're gonna lose our.
I know.
Yeah, when someone says something with authority, I'm like, well, wait a minute, because I knew he died. But
Jordan,
hey, Jordan.
Hey, Jordan, what's going on, dude?
Sorry, we missed you, bro.
China doesn't like Shang-Chi?
China doesn't like anybody.
China doesn't like anything, so I mean that's.
Yeah, they're making fun of how ugly he is.
Oh, that's me.
Really?
Whoa! He's a Canadian boy.
Yeah, he's from Kim's Convenience, man.
Sean, he grew up in your neighborhood.
I know. Well,
Sean,
the Kim's Convenience guy lives around me too.
Yeah,
the main guy.
Yeah, so anyway. The main actor from Shang-Chi grew up where Sean lives right now.
Yep. And Sean's neighborhood used to be my neighborhood. So
yeah,
Flash movie, Michael Keaton coming out back. Do you think he'll hit the Batman Beyond movie? Because when this Flash movie is going to be a disastrous mess, and I can't wait to see how disastrous this Flash movie is becoming. Such a disastrous.
It's going to be a hit, J-Man. That's the thing. Yeah, it might be a disastrous story, but.
I don't think it's going to.
But they're hyping it so much, like with Michael Keaton coming back, like it's a mainstream sort of news story.
I know. I look. I want it to be a mess so I can enjoy it as a mess. If theaters are back up, when the three of us are going, I'm going to take my J15 seat. We pick our seats in the IMAX theater. I always get J15.
J15.
Literally, it's J15. It's been J15 for like whatever X many years. I'm going to sit in my J15 seat with my large pop and my large popcorn. And I'm going to be like, this is a mess and it's awesome. It's not going to be a mess like Birds of Prey where you're angry. It'll be a mess where it's just like fun. And you'll be like, this was a mess. I love it. So I'm okay.
Listen, Warner Brothers can't learn. They tried to overstuff Justice League. I know they can't learn. They tried to overstuff Justice League, released a tortured version, then released a 4-hour version where they overstuffed it, and now they're overstuffing this Flash thing with like 1 million characters, 1 million kinds of concepts.
But they're doing the same thing with Suicide Squad, though. Aren't they? They have like
Suicide Squad, you can like overstuff it with a giant team and kill them
off. Yeah.
But I think Arkham's question though was, do you feel that him appearing in Flash will lead to him being in Batman Beyond?
Right. So that's the question at hand. Yeah, it could be. That would be really cool because
I would really like that to be the case. I would like that to be the case.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, Arkham. Yeah, I agree with you on that. I hope that happens because and I want the proper. I don't want Batgirl Begins or whatever the shit they're toying around with doing something else. Just do Batman Begins. Use Michael Keaton. Why is it so difficult? Everybody would be on board with that. Is there anyone who would not be on board with that?
Anybody under the age of 27.
Yeah, maybe because they don't know. But if somebody doesn't know, they don't know anyway, so it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
That's the
thing.
We
have Google though. People can learn. You research using Google.
Exactly. Yeah, you can research.
Hey, look. Hey, kids, your phone. It's more than just TikTok.
I hold out hope for Blue-Gray Batman.
I learned something today.
If I see Blue and Gray Batman in live action, that movie will get 10 out of 10. But it's not going to happen. I will give 10 out of 10 official. I'll say officially 10 out of 10 if Blue and Gray Batman appears. That
would be crazy.
With the yellow back.
Yeah,
with the yellow back symbol, yeah.
I don't know.
It's not going to happen.
How would we react, though? How would you react if you saw that? Like, literally.
It's not happening.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Like, it'd be something that you never thought you would see. But
Clobbering Times is actually, I think I saw, and correct me if I'm wrong, if you're still in the chat, Clobby, that you're doing a Brave and the Bold thingy coming up. Yeah, if you're going to talk about that, Brave and the Bold is a great cartoon.
Yeah.
No, the cartoon,
Oh wow!
which I rebought on Blu-ray as well. So I have
the Superman episode is wicked, man. It's like all Silver Age stuff. It's great.
Yeah, all of it is wicked. Every episode is the damn best. Okay, so
Brandon Routh
Jordan,
Kingdom Come Superman miniseries. Hell yeah!
Real quick,
the damn best.
Sean, how do you keep your beard? Because I'm trying to grow mine out, and it always keeps getting in my mouth. How do you keep it out, man? Do you
gotta trim it? You gotta trim it, man. The sides get in my mouth when I try to eat, so I trim that too. And this, you gotta trim it as well. You gotta trim it every week, once a week. Tips.
But you shape yours, don't you?
I'm trying.
Sean's shaving it.
I haven't done it yet, but you have to trim here as well to box it. I haven't done that in a couple of weeks, and it's just I don't care. I'm not going to work, so.
Man, when he shows up on this thing clean shaven, all of you are going to freak out.
We're going to lose subscribers. That's how bad it's going to be.
G-Man's going to kick me off the street.
I'm going to kick you off.
I would just ask you, Sean, how much longer do you have to live? You have cancer, right? That's why you also have cancer.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, do we like Damian Wayne? Yes, I do. I really like Damian Wayne.
Yes.
Yes.
From the comics or the
comics.
Movies?
Comics.
General, I love the whole idea of the concept. The fact that he's the spawn of a mother trying to trap a dude, and because I know way too many dudes who are the children of that, so it's really funny to me. So
yeah, I like Damian Wayne. I think he's great. Black Adam film, yeah, I'll watch it. Black Adam.
Yeah. I don't know. Black Adam, I'm into it.
The Rock. Did you know that the Rock had plastic surgery on his man boobs?
Why? Yeah. What happened?
Because of steroids.
Before or after?
I learned that today from a live stream that I was not listening to during work time. But I literally learned that today, and literally, I'm like, I have to check this after work hours. I had to go and check. I have to go check to check. That's so weird.
I'm going to look that up right now.
Do Rock plastic surgery.
It's a
What's the best Teen Titans run? I actually have the new Teen Titans #1 with Robin and everybody running forward. I actually have that. And that, you know what? That's the only Teen Titans comic I have, and it's literally probably one of the more expensive ones. And I did not pay much for it. I bought it at a show like for $10 or something. I never got into Teen Titans, man. Do you have any?
That was a hot book. Only in recent years I've gotten into it, but yeah.
Go ahead, Gray. Are you confirming that?
Yeah.
No, he did. Look it up.
Dwayne Johnson admits to plastic surgery for his man boobs during his WWE days. Yeah. Very interesting. See, there's so much more going behind the scenes. This is why I love wrestling, because it's not what you see in front of the camera. It's all the stuff that happens behind the camera, and it seems like the wrestling business is run purely by ego. Like everybody's an asshole, which is weird.
It's so bizarre. Like it's such a bizarre business. I don't really know.
So predatory.
Yeah, I don't even know how people are like, I want to be a wrestler nowadays. Like so much has come out of it. I'm like,
you have to be a narcissist to be a wrestler, to be a high-powered director, to be an actor. And so when you hear all of a sudden that what's his name that was found out to be like he wants to be a cannibal or something like that.
Yeah, Armie Hammer.
Yeah. I was like shocked. It's like the man is an actor in big movies. It's like you have to be some sort of narcissist crazy to do that, So like, don't be surprised if you find some sort of like skeleton in one of these people's closet. Like,
well, you know what these people do now. Anytime there's an announcement of anything, and there's an actor in it who you're not too sure of, they immediately go through everything he's ever posted on any social media platform to try to point out
don't have
something.
A Twitter account. All your problems are solved.
Literally, the second you get a big role, delete everything you've ever done. And
I know, but then they say like
no
1,000 Twitter tweets were deleted. Why is that, right? And then people try to
if it ain't there, it didn't happen.
All my tweets.
Yeah.
Marv Wolfman, that's Tomb of Dracula, correct, Sean?
Tomb of Dracula as well.
Oh,
yeah.
dude, yeah, Marv Wolfman.
I think he created Blade, yeah.
Yeah,
He's the best.
Yeah.
I met a few theories. Davis Casmarlo had no good points. Oh my gosh.
Thank you, Aubrey. Thank you. Okay, you guys weren't laughing in the beginning of Iron Man 3 when we saw that girl that Tony hooked up with, and he's like, "Please tell me you don't have a 12-year-old." It's like he's 13. Yeah. No, I'm just playing.
No, so that's the thing. Iron Man 3. Well, it was stupid when he gave away his address because that was just ridiculous. But Iron Man 3 was fine. The best sequence was when they blew up his home. But as soon as he leaves and he hooks up with that kid, it's down. It's a downhill like.
What about the house party sequence? We saw like he was more than just working that. He had like a bunch of suits. That was awesome.
Okay, hold on. The thing is, he's not in the suit and he's saving someone with a remote control suit. I don't like that. I can't stand that Pepper Potts is the one that defeats the villains at the end. I can't stand that he all of a sudden is like, oh, I don't need this heart thing anymore. He destroys all of his suits. I don't like Iron Man 3. And there's some people that really hate Captain Marvel and they hate it more for what the movie was trying to make as a point rather than what's taking place in the movie is there's some weirdness in Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
I like Brie Larson as an actress, and I know people don't like her because of her stupidity that she says, but I'm not her best friend, and I don't care to be her friend. I think she's a good actress, so I'm okay with that. So people that say stuff outside don't bother. Like Gina Carano doesn't piss me off, and Pedro Pascal doesn't piss me off. I don't care. I don't care what you say on social media. I don't care. Like I like Gina Carano in Mandalorian. I'm very sad that she's gone. I don't care about the reason she's gone. She's gone, and that sucks for me. Pedro Pascal, I don't care what he says online or Twitter or whatever. I'm not his friend either. I'm not anyone's friend. I'm just looking at this as like Iron Man is pissing me off. I hate Pepper Potts. She saves the day at the end. She has a suit. I'm like, this sucks.
Yeah, that whole movie is contrivances. That's the problem, right? It's like, okay, he saves everyone in that remote control thing, and it's so strong it can do that. Then it gets like destroyed by a truck, and sounds like a bunch of tin cans. Like, what's the? Nothing makes sense. And at the end, he just like yada yadas everything. It's like there's like a 1 minute like voiceover sequence where he's like, okay, then Pepper Potts was saved. My heart was repaired. And be good. It's like what the hell? We sat through a 2.5 hour movie and then you yada yada everything at the end? Yeah. No. This is terrible storytelling, but people loved it when it came out. So
yeah, and Captain Marvel is not fantastic. There are so many problems with Captain Marvel. Yeah. They ruined Marvel. Well, Clobber Times point out they ruined Marvel. They ruined that entire storyline, they ruined it for no reason. There's no reason to ruin it that way. They butchered Monica Rambeau. They screwed Monica Rambeau big time. They made her a kid who looks up to Carol. That's stupid. She should have been a woman, right? Like so they ruined that.
They wasted.
They sent in the 90s for no reason.
They sent in the 90s for no reason to try to retcon to say Captain Marvel was first. That was stupid. That was horrendous. So there's a lot of crap in and then playing that girl power, like what's the No Doubt song really pissed me off.
Yeah, it's like why are you playing the story, not your political message?
Right. So Captain Marvel had a message that they're trying to push. And firstly, it was like a who cares message because who are you appealing this to? We all like
just
like
pump up the character, not the overall.
Yeah, right. Pump the character up, make the character so good that we end up liking the character, and they did not do that. They failed. No. They failed on that. But Iron Man pissed me off for different reasons too. I don't know. I don't know. I'm saying Captain Marvel is better than Iron
There's
Man 3.
more iconography in Captain Marvel.
I like her costume. She looks cool. I like her powers.
There's a big fight. It's like that's what you want in a comic book movie. Iron Man 3 is just disappointment after disappointment. I'm trying to think of a time in that movie where Tony Stark is in the Iron Man costume. Yeah, I think it occurs once in like a gag.
Yeah, like where's Iron Man in his costume fighting people? Like I didn't see that.
Well,
go ahead, Greymalkin.
I mean, we did see him like when he had that conversation with Rhodey.
What was that?
In the beginning of the movie, where he's talking to Rhodey and he used the Iron Man suit. He had the Iron Man suit like outside the restaurant, and people were like,
"Again, it's
I can't remember that at all."
He's never in the costume. Like the costume wakes up Pepper Potts. The costume does this. The costume does that.
Come on. I want to see Iron Man, not remote control Iron Man.
I want to see.
They're trying to do Batgirl Beyond. But yeah, that would have been awful. I do not want that.
Proper
at all.
Batman Beyond story.
That's so brutal.
Yeah, that would
That
be
is so
perfect.
brutal. Monday, yeah, Comic Talk. So Brave and the Bold. I mean, that comic is basically, is that like a 2-in-1 Batman? Well, it didn't start out that way.
No.
The comics did not start out that way, right, Sean?
It's
Brave and the Bold?
anthologies, no, and then it became sort of like the
Then it
2-in-1 for
became-
Batman.
Then it became the 2-in-1 with Batman teaming up with guys. But I mean, any of those books, like, look, let's face the facts. Marvel team up, 2-in-1. There's Brave and the Bold. What's the other one? There's another one too. All of these ones where there's like one guy and then he teams up with someone every time. That's just like the best.
Special guest team up, yeah.
Special guest team up. I mean, they could have done that with like a character as a TV series in the MCU. Like, pick someone who's maybe underutilized.
Yeah, I'm waiting for them to do an animated, like, they keep farting around with the Fantastic Four characters. There's so much you can do with them. Do a 2-in-1 with Thing and someone else, you know?
Like, 2-in-1. I love 2-in-1. Well, Sean, you know this. It's like, I love 2-in-1. I've been trying to get all the individual issues of that. Even more so than the Thing's regular series, which didn't last as long, oddly enough. The Thing regular series didn't last that long. There was only like...
No, but what was that more because... Is that the one where he's on the Beyonder planet?
It could be. I'd have to look. I'm looking at my notes to see which
I don't care about that. Like, I just want to see him on Earth and stuff.
Yeah, but it's still kind of neat, though. But hold on. Where's the... So I'm looking through my list of the comics that I still need to buy that are back issues, which is a lot. Jesus Christ!
I'll write down everything I want to say about Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Okay. Write it all down for Sunday. We're gonna go through it all. You mean the John Walker, the John Walker TV show?
Oh my God, it all comes together at the end. I'm like, told you.
Great. Oh, dude, you're gonna be so disappointed. Sharon Carter's the plot. Okay.
Hey, I sat through Batman Returns. I
love Batman Returns.
No, should we spoil it now? Sharon Carter is the power broker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do the predictions right now.
Okay.
Sharon Carter's a power broker. Baron Zemo's not coming back. John Walker's just going to be a bad villain. They're just going to beat him up, and then Winter Soldier's going to go to the old man and say, "I'm sorry for killing your son," and then he's going to say, "Well, you're an asshole," and then he'll feel bad and run off. And Falcon will beat Captain America at the end, and that'll be it. This stuff about somebody coming back, they're going to just beat up Carly, and that'll be it.
So here's the thing. What's his name? The guy. Wyatt, is that his name? He spoiled that perhaps Chris Evans is back in a cameo as Old Man. You know, the thing is, why wouldn't they do that?
They've been acting the entire thing like he's been dead. Like they're like,
I know it's weird, but like we're not stupid. It's like you didn't say he died.
Well, WandaVision was hinting that Doctor Strange was going to show up.
And that didn't. Yeah, so
like.
The thing is, there's no surprise because there hasn't been anything surprising or mysterious about this show.
There has been anything. We're going to go through these real quick, and then we're going to go back to that topic.
Yeah, man.
Awesome. Well, yeah, Marv Wolfman Perez, that's all awesome. Jamie, do you watch Invincible? Yes. Yeah. We watched Invincible. We're going to talk about Invincible. That's coming out. Is that out tomorrow as well?
Yeah.
Tomorrow, there's 4 things tomorrow. We're going to talk about that on Sunday.
What's the 4 things?
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal
Falcon.
Yeah.
Invincible. What is the 4th thing?
That's it.
It's the 3.
Wasn't there another?
No.
I feel like something else is coming out tomorrow. We should talk about Nobody when everyone's watched it.
Yeah, that's cool too. I saw Love and Monsters. You see that on Netflix? No, it's fun. It's cool.
Fun. I'm gonna watch that.
I like how the monsters were done, mostly in the daytime. So that was cool.
Brave and the Bold started with the Viking Prince, Robin Hood, and such. Okay, Brave and the Bold 2 ways. Debut of JLA. Yeah, and then Batman took over. Yes. Yeah, there you go. So
I've been reading Silver Age Justice League often now. I'm on 50.
Starting from number 1?
That with Avengers. I'm sorry, guys, night and day. It's like the Justice League is more traditional, just comic book stuff. There's no real characterization. You just go on quests, and that's it. They were comfortable sitting on their laurels of we have Batman, Superman, what we have characters people know. We'll just tell stories. Avengers is more interesting. There's breakups. There's people who don't like each other. Stuff like that. There's a rotating roster. The villains are more interesting. It's you could tell it's Marvel like coming out as the new upstart and doing different things with comics that DC couldn't think of because they've been around for so long.
Well, I would agree with that.
Oh yeah. Well, Sean, like that was Marvel's entire thing.
Yeah,
like, DC
and that's how they overtook them in the '70s.
Because like, how many superheroes do you know at the time had like Iron Man had a drinking problem?
Yeah,
a real drinking problem. Like Iron Man drunk.
Yeah,
that's dangerous.
Or like trying to make ends meet and stuff. I mean, it's just there's a difference. But yeah, they're cool. It's just the problem with Justice League is there's so many sorcerer characters and they're all the same. It's like Felix Faust is one of them, but like he's in a plethora of different like sorcerer characters, and it's like they're all the same guy with the same goals, like world domination. I've got magic, and that's it. There's nothing really interesting going on in that Silver Age era.
Yeah, like
at least to me. So
I think the thing is that like Marvel. Definitely Silver and Bronze Age. Like,
they were trying to do something different with comics.
I love
and that
those,
was the thing, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Silver, like Bronze Age is my favorite of probably of any era. I would think, but like Silver Age, all that stuff is really good. And then DC, I mean, the thing is like DC has Golden Age because Marvel's Golden Age really isn't even Marvel. It's got, it's really just like the Timely Invaders characters.
Timely is golden.
Is Golden Age. Yeah, so then Silver Age and Bronze, like Marvel's just like killing it, but like there's still a lot of cool stuff with like later on. I guess after that it started to be more equal. I think it's hard to say because it's like it goes
I'd
by
say
the
'90s is the true golden age of DC storytelling. That's when they really started to strike out on their own. I mean, I think the buildup was Crisis. Now, look, there's a whole thing about Jim Shooter spilled the beans about this whole business of Warner Brothers trying to license out the DC characters to Marvel and discontinuing DC. And that was because DC was being clobbered by Marvel in the 70s and 80s. Marvel has 75% share of the market. So what DC did was they turned things around and they made the Crisis on Infinite Earths. And that turned things around. They could fresh start all the titles. They can redefine all the characters. Superman was more splashy, more grounded. Like he had a job and he had like concerns and stuff. And Lex Luthor figured out who he was in like issue 3 or something.
I think
and then didn't
3.
believe it, and that defined the Luthor character.
So Man of Steel was how many issues? 5 or 6? I can't remember.
It's 6, no?
It's 6. Okay, I have all of this stuff, and then they started with Superman #1, and that's John Byrne, right? Is that John Byrne? Yeah, Man of Steel is John Byrne. Right?
Yeah.
All of that is damn good. Like this is where we're like because Crisis is great. I've got all the individual issues of that, and then Wonder Woman. I have so many. That's my most collected thing. And even when John Byrne took over, Wonder Woman was sick too. But like all of those relaunches are super.
Here's the thing. Like my hot take is this. Like in the '90s, I was noticing DC more. I was more of a Marvel guy, and DC had the better stories. And I was like, is it my imagination? And I remember Wizard Magazine had a big story, and they called it DC Comics: The New House of Ideas. And I was like, yeah. Like, have you noticed that too? It's like better stories. And Marvel was doing crap at that time. The Spider-Clone saga. Yeah. Doctor Doom wasn't the real Doctor Doom since the first appearance. Teenage Tony Stark. All these stupid ass ideas that were turning people away. And DC Comics was doing like Kyle Rayner, and they were doing like a Night Quest, and all this great stuff. So
go ahead, Gray.
No, but you're forgetting. Yes. Marvel did do that, but he also brought in like Age of Apocalypse, Fatal Attractions.
I think those things were overshadowed at some point, though. I think they were overshadowed by the overall narrative that Marvel's going downhill. Yeah. I mean, those are cool and they're classic, but I feel like they were capsized by the overall decisions that they were making at the time.
Yeah, Marvel definitely.
But you're right, Greymalkin.
Yeah.
Invincible drops in a bit. Okay, so I'm gonna watch that tomorrow. We're gonna get back to this.
I like where your head's at, bro.
Thank you, Raven. I appreciate it. We're gonna go for another. I can still go for another like half an hour.
I gotta go out and get dinner. me and my wife and my sister-in-law, we go to different like Mexican food trucks out here now.
Oh,
God,
nice.
God.
So like
That's awesome.
yeah, so yeah, they're waiting on me right now.
All right, cool. Yeah, so whenever you got a jet, just say you got a jet. Your
Yeah, I
links
told
are
them 15 minutes. Like, hey,
all right,
you
all right.
guys are here. Yeah,
Yeah, Mortal Kombat. I'll be watching that like super ASAP. My wife is like all over it.
I'll check it out.
I'm the same. Love silver. Yeah, silver bronze age, man. Like, come on. It's like this is where we're going now. Do you guys think? Oh, you hated the Burn Superman reboot? Oh, we found something we don't agree on. I'm so excited.
You know what? A lot of people didn't like the fact that he narrowed the universe by saying he was the only son of Krypton. Then you couldn't have Supergirl. You couldn't have Phantom Zone
because
criminals.
Supergirl's
You couldn't
Matrix,
have a lot of that
right?
stuff, right?
Supergirl ends up being Matrix or whatever.
Yeah, and I never liked that.
Oh man, really?
The
No, you know what? There's a forward in one of these trade paperbacks. I think the one where Supergirl's in the Batman Superman comic in the 2000s, and there's a forward where the writer is like he went on a Superman ride at Universal or wherever the hell it was, and when you come off that ride, there's these big plaques that have like character bios, and it's like Superman came from Krypton, Krypton blew up, raised by Ma and Pa Kent, became Superman, and it's like Supergirl. And there's this giant blob of text, and it's like she's an alien blob. She turned into this character. Later on, she got angel wings, and the guy said, "My eyes glazed over, and I was like, I gotta do something about this." And so they reintroduced Supergirl as she's Kara, and she's from an offshoot of Krypton. Done.
Oh,
Done and done.
No, Peter David.
No fire wings. No blob that turns into a girl.
I'm sad and I'm very sad. Okay, this is my Peter David arm that I'm working on. Supergirl Fire Wings is going right here. and hold on, and Supergirl Fire Wings, that's right there. That statue. She doesn't have the fire wings in that, but that's her coming from the stained glass window. I know. I don't know. That's when I hit Supergirl. I hit it hard. I had the Matrix stuff, and then she was in the black costume, the Superman black costume. That sounds so bad,
but sure.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And the thing is, I don't know. I just thought it was so because she would morph between like Linda and Kara or whatever. So I thought that was super cool, right? Like I don't know. I know. Yeah. And it's great that we're like, some people weren't into the Superman. I like that Superman a lot. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was hit at the right time. That was, like for me at that time. I'm not sure.
It seemed a new, fresh take on Superman was welcome at the time. So
yeah, no hurry. Thanks, Raven.
No, like growing up, I love Marvel. I love Marvel. I always thought DC was kind of corny because, like they're the traditional. But as an adult, I really love DC. You really appreciate DC. There's no complications. There's no yes, people are complicated, but like DC is like more. They're more good people because they're good people, as opposed to like Marvel. There's a bunch of reasons they can on a bad day. Spider-Man can just go crazy, as opposed to Batman. He has a bad day. He's just like, you know what? I'm going to take this. I'm going to put it on something positive.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, it's more so like Marvel really went off the road. Like I was agreeing with Sean, like they really went off the road with some of those storylines. Yes, it was more hit and miss, right? Like that whole Grey Goblin thing that they did for Spider-Man, like that was horrific. That was bad, right? Like that was just a bad concept. One More Day, bad.
Well, that's later on. That's 2000s, no?
I know, but I even going back to what you said with the Clone Saga, right? Like
that thing was aimless. That was the problem with that. And there's a spike in sales, and then they got high off of that for 2 years, and it fell.
Like they killed Superman in the 90s, right? And that was
but the story was good.
Yeah, and they broke Batman.
I ate that up.
Yeah, but it all made sense. Yeah. Right, like I always gravitated towards.
Yeah.
I was the guy who was not biased because I was in the comics when I was a kid, and I got out of it for a while, and then I got back into it. Right?
Yeah.
I missed a lot of his stuff that everyone's angry about, but I went back and I read a lot of the stuff, And I found myself going to the DC stuff. I found the stories more consistently high quality. I wasn't as interested in the Marvel stuff. Now I'm reading Hulk and Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man, and Incredible Hulk from #1.
Nice.
So now I'm at 340 for Hulk, and I'm at 262 or 263 for Spider-Man. And I'm starting to see Hulk has remained, it's gone up and down, right? But Hulk is always, like, the Peter David stuff has been awesome all the way through.
For sure. That's like a 10-year run.
Right? The Spider-Man stuff started out really weaker to me because it was just like he was mopey and he was like, oh, I'll never have a real life. And, you know, I remember Edgar was talking in the last one about Gwen Stacy, and after she died, everything went downhill. Guys, Gwen Stacy, and this is going to be a problem with all of his girlfriends, Gwen Stacy, Mary Jane, Betty Brant, they're not superheroes. The closest one they got was Black Cat.
Black Cat, yeah.
Oh, did he date Captain? I'm just gonna call her Danvers. Didn't he date Danvers for like a hot minute? Yeah,
that might have been later. Like, I'm in 85 right now.
Yeah.
Have you got to Gwen Stacy's death?
Oh, of course. If you're
I forgot what number. You're way past that.
Yeah.
So that's now you're into Bronze Age, pretty much, right?
Yeah. Now I'm into MJ knows he's Spider-Man. Black Cat's still around. There's been a bunch of girls in and out, like Glory Grant and a couple other ones. But like these like Gwen Stacy. After I read the entire Gwen Stacy run, I was shocked with this was a big turning point for that character. She wasn't around a great deal, right? She hated Peter Parker for a while because she thought he was a snob, and she's like, you don't talk to me or anything in school or anything. And then they were together for a little while. They were very happy, and then she got killed. It wasn't like to me, I didn't feel like we had, and maybe it's because I'm reading that.
You're binging them, yeah. I'm
binging them, but I was sort of sitting there and I'm like, Gwen Stacy was fine as a character, but I mean, she wasn't the be all and end all, and comics died when she got killed.
No.
Like,
well, I got better.
Yeah. I think part of it too, we talked about this before, is that those things came out monthly. So
yeah.
So you read something and then for that month it's in your head and it lives there.
Yeah.
But if you were to read the 4 issues, you'd be like, "What? That was quick!" Like, you know, it's like
I'm reading right now.
Like a lot,
I'm doing the Mark Grunwald Captain America's because I've got a couple of people coming on. I've got a U.S. agent fan who runs the Facebook group. He's coming on pretty soon as well to do an Amazing Fans segment with me. So I'm trying to read up all of those stuff, and I picked up the U.S. Agent, the newest series as well. And when you're reading these, sometimes it doesn't help that you're binging them either, because the feeling is like when we were reading them as a kid, and I'm trying to think of like what particular issue I can reference, but I'm really bad with names and numbers. I don't know and even names in general. Like I know Stan Lee, right? Like I didn't know Mark Grunwald until I started reading. I'm like, until I started reading it again now. I had these comics as a kid, but I did not know that person's name. I just read Captain America. I didn't care who was writing it. It's now that I'm looking at their names, but like, it's like reading this, going through it is really awesome, because it would have been brutal to go through this monthly, like with this Captain America, because it's like there's so many cool things happening. Like, oh shit, because half the book is John Walker and then half the book is Steve Rogers, and there's like they're on different missions. You're almost getting 2 stories for the price of 1 in these comics, and you're just whipping through them. But now, if you're talking about something else, like let's say, okay, Death of Gwen Stacy, she dies. You go back to school the next day or meet your friends that weekend. I don't know when that book came out, if it was in summer holidays, but you'd be like, guys, did you just read this? Like, she's not dead, right? And it's like, oh, I don't know. And now you're talking about that for a month until the next thing comes out. So for you, you're living that. So there's going to be that time in your life where you're like, remember that month where, you know, Gwen Stacy was dead? We were just like, what is happening? People don't die in comics, do they? You know, like we're watching He-Man cartoons where Skeletor, you know, fails every time and nothing, there's no consequences. He just goes back to Snake Mountain and it's all good. And he's back the next week to, you know, or next morning to fight again. So when somebody died, you're like, oh shit, right? Like,
absolutely. Like J-Man, I remember back when Grant Morrison took over X-Men.
X-Men, yeah.
Every month something crazy happened. Like, and you just had to sit there and really, because when they in the second issue of his run wiped out Genosha, and you really think about that. Sit like, and then later on, after all that, there was this one issue where Beast got beaten he got beaten by one of his favorite students who got their mind taken over by Xavier's evil twin sister.
Yeah,
Cassandra Nova.
Yeah,
Nova.
Beat the brakes off of him.
Yeah.
So that's the appearance of Cassandra Nova, right?
And then afterwards, the bad guy won.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, and Grant Moore. Now, see, I'm reading that now.
Yeah.
In digital format, where you get the full omnibus or whatever, and you're like, okay, Cassandra Nova. You're like, okay, cool. And it's like, but I'm reading it now. It's like, well, I already know all this. So you're just reading it to read it, and you're like, but Cassandra Nova, that would have been a big, like, you'd be like, oh my god, what the hell is happening to my life? Like right now, it's like
exactly. You're like, wait, who is it? Like,
yeah, what? No way. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's tough. It's like, because reading things now, it's like now we're getting like, I'm reading. Okay, so this just came out. We didn't even talk about Flash. We'll talk about it next week or whatever. So it's like, you're reading this. So Way of X, we're gonna be there for the next issue of Way of X. So we're gonna see what happens. Now, if something crazy happens, we're gonna have 1 month to talk about how crazy that thing was, right?
Right.
It's different when you're binging, and that's the other thing too. Sometimes stories are made to be graphic novels, as you say. Squish them all together as a trade, or some things are made to be monthly, right? And like Grant Morrison said this for Green Lantern, I guess not the current one now, but he goes, I wanted it to do like a monthly thing, and they're like, well, we want you to squish it together and make it a nice little story so we could publish it in a trade. And he's like, yeah, that's not happening, right? It's
the
like
way to do it old school, yeah.
Yeah, and then it's like, well, now DC's like, well, you're done, and well, I don't know if that's why he's done, but like he's done, and now they've got a new creative team, and it's like, okay, well, I don't know what you want, like, like we never even thought of numbering, like, you're reading like I started Captain America at number like 290 something, so that's where I started Captain America. Like I wasn't thinking, oh, I missed 100, and not back then. I didn't know that Captain America started with 100. Like 100, I didn't realize it continued the numbering of tales. So, did you think about that, Sean? Like, I'm reading Amazing Spider-Man number 319. That's the comic book I stole from the convenience store, and I got I stole. When I was a kid, I stole a comic book, and I stole Amazing Spider-Man number 319.
Hey, I'm out of here.
Okay,
hey.
Greymalkin, thanks so much for coming by. Subscribe to Greymalkin. His links are in the description.
You 4, including Sean's beard. You have
All right, see ya, man. Right, bye.
Take care.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Oh, there you go.
He's coming back.
Yeah. So, So, I mean, I wasn't thinking like, oh, I can't read Spider-Man 300. I need to read the first 299.
No,
like, who thought that?
No.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you didn't really, I don't think anyone really looked at those numbers because you knew the thing by sight of the cover. And it's like, oh, that's the new cover. And that's the new Amazing Spider-Man. That's the new whatever. And so you got it, right? They're all very distinctive.
And I'd miss issues too. Like I'm looking at my Caps and my Spideys, and I'm like, okay, I got 319, 320, 321. Then it's like 328, and I'm like, whoa, how did I miss like 3 in a row?
I don't remember stories really beginning and ending. Like really, the first time I saw that was probably Return to Sinister Six, because it was a 6-part thing, but it was within Amazing Spider-Man, and so there was an ending where like Thor just basically comes in and saves everyone. But beyond that, like if you picked up a comic new that you hadn't read before, you knew full well that it was continuing from something. So if you read it and you were comfortable with what was going on and you wanted to see more, then you read the next one. That's how I jumped in on Hulk and even like G.I. Joe and stuff like that. Like, I mean, you read it, you like what's going on, you read the next one. You don't like what's going on, then you prioritize it, right? You might, if you have the change, you'll buy it. If you don't,
And what people don't realize too back then, sorry, but
go.
The priority, like you don't have the income you have as an adult, so you have a kid, so you might have $20 in allowance. Well, you got to parse that out. You got to parse that out, maybe less. You got to parse that out into a series of transactions of things you want. because you probably want like chips in the pop. Maybe you want that video. Like Consumers Distributing would come out with their new catalog, and that would blow the wad.
Yeah.
Right, because there was like all these video games and look, GI Joe, like they've released R10 and all that. Holy crap, you got it! You can get them now. You have to send away for them because I didn't send away for them. All that stuff like Transformers and oh my god, like Thundercats are out now and He-Man and how much is Snake Mountain? Like there was so much like things around that was competing for your dollar that was just all looked good. That you may have used your comic book money to buy one of those things. For me, it was video games.
Yeah, I'm a brat. I didn't buy toys. I just relied on Christmas and birthday. It's like I'm not going to go to a store and buy it. Because the thing is, I mean, we talked about this before, and I'll say it again till I die, that newsstand distribution was the lifeblood of comics and the lifeblood of new fans. And when that died, I don't even know how comics still exist nowadays. And the thing is, it's like I didn't really have to worry about how much money I had to buy a comic and a pop and everything was affordable. It's like even when they went to $1.25 to $1.35 here with tax. And so like I had like a lot of change. I could buy 3 comics and I could buy a pack of cards. A pop and a patty was maybe $1.25 for a deal. And it's like I don't remember really agonizing over how much I had to spend on comics. It's a different time. And I find it unfortunate that like I know kids have different things now, but I find it unfortunate that they don't have that sort of great time of like discovering new comics and stuff. Just right in front of their face and like an outlet that they can easily go to.
Yeah, we did a whole thing on this, Sean, and we can redo this anytime you want because, like, when we did it, nobody was watching my channel, so there's that.
No,
but we need to redo this. I think.
Super rant, yeah.
Yeah, we need to redo that. Like I told you, I'd get like my buddy Vic, his dad would come visit him. He was the first person I knew where the parents were divorced or whatever, right? But I don't know who my father is, so I wasn't even a divorced thing. It's like I just didn't even know my dad, But yeah, Vic's dad would come and he'd be like, and him and his buddies were all sitting there drinking beers. They're like, all right, kids, you want to go out? Everyone took money out of their pockets and they dumped. And we had like, I don't know how much money we had. I can't remember. It was like $5 to $10 in change. And they said, go. And me and Vic were like, this is the great. We bought a cap gun. We bought a few comics. We got the beef patty. Look, in Canada, beef patty pop combo. That's like a stand. That's
that was
like the
standard.
And
those beef patties are the same, man. The
so
Patty
good.
King patties are the
Patty King patties are so
the store bought ones are terrible. They're like cat food. I don't understand that. The store bought ones are different than the ones you get at the store. Like there's a Patty King and we live in Scarborough. There's a Patty King. She's addicted to those. Yep. She gets the seconds, which are the imperfect broken ones. There's no difference, and they're like half the price. Anyways, go on.
But they're not okay. I don't know why I can't replicate the beef patties I had as a kid.
Yeah.
I can replicate almost anything else, and I buy the same patties, and they suck. I don't know what it is.
We'll buy the frozen ones. You gotta go to a Patty King outlet and get the actual Patty King patties. Anyways,
but that's what I'm saying. And we'd buy a bunch of comics, and then you go there and you'd be like, "Oh, which one are you getting?" Vic, what are you getting? It's like, "Oh, I'm going to get Captain America." It's like, "Oh, I'm going to get Hulk and Spider-Man or whatever," right? And you'd share them. You'd be like, "Okay, I'm buying Spider-Man," and then like Vic had Spider-Mans, and he'd let me read some, and I'd let him read some of mine. And now, look, this Flash comic, this is $3.99 American.
Yeah.
So that's like $5 for us here, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I know.
Like, that would be, and right now, I don't know what kids' allowances are, or if allowance is a thing, or kids are just whining to get whatever they want. But I don't think my allowance may have been $5.
Mine was $5 probably a week.
But so
then
I would
when
just
it
buy
snowed,
this.
And when it snowed, I shoveled for about maybe $10, or if I was lucky, $20. A driveway. I don't even see kids do that anymore. I sound like an old man. It's funny, when I was a kid, I'd have all these old man stories like, when I was a kid, I could get this and that for whatever. And I was like, shut up. And so I was buying, but like I think back, and it's a crazy time because comics were affordable, all that stuff, cards and stuff. I remember, do you remember you could buy a bag of, and it said 100 army men. It was the green, and it was a buck for like 100 army men. And it's like, you can't even do that anymore, right? You could get all sorts of, like a cap gun was a buck, the BB guns were a buck, and it had a whole bag of BBs. And it's like all that stuff was affordable until all of a sudden, I guess these companies one by one were like, kids are buying these, quick, jack up the price. And like comics being more than $1 or $2 is outrageous to me.
It's outrageous.
Then I understand old farts like us are buying them, but if you want an audience and if you want sustainability, like you've got to make these appealing and affordable to kids.
Yeah.
I'll do this last rant. So Archie Comics had done the Marvel Digest, and I thought that was brilliant. Get them back.
Thanks to you, Sean.
Yeah. I was a supplier, but like,
thank you.
But yeah, get them back in front of kids' faces. Now, my problem with those was always the covers. The covers, like these adults would review them, go, what beautiful artwork by so and so. It's like, yeah, no, it's your adult eyes, but this isn't for you. It's like they were bland, they were lifeless. It's like, make them colorful. The Archie comics, I don't care what you say about Archie, those always pop out. I'm old, and they pop out in front of me. Like, it's just the way they look are colorful. They're appealing. They should have done something like that with those, right?
I just put my hand in,
and
grabbed a cover.
Yeah. The 100-page giants that they had at Walmart, they were like that. They were great. They called out what was on there with appealing, colorful graphics. It's like, in this issue, like, does Aquaman survive? And, stuff like that, right? They were appealing,
Yeah.
But anyways, those Archie digests are gone now. And they claim that they didn't sell as many in a time when Marvel was white hot. Right. So I don't get what they were doing.
I know, and the thing is that they didn't go anywhere. They only had a handful. We have the whole collection. Like all of us,
I think there's like 8 or something or 9.
Yeah, we all have the entire collection.
I have the whole thing. Yeah.
So it's like, what happened? They should have done more of these, and the cover should have been more brighter to compete with Archie, because actually the Archie digests, they are very colorful.
Yeah,
and they look very fun.
Yeah.
And my wife used to collect Archie back in India, and they would all buy it and pass it around, and that's how they would all read it. And there needs to be, I don't want to say disposability, because I would never dispose of my comics, but there needs to be, like, now that this Flash comic, I'm not lending this to someone. Are you out of your mind? I just paid $5 for this.
Yeah.
And it's like, and they're going to fold it, and read it. And I'm like,
Like, and the thing is, too, is that when I was a kid, I loved the big, colorful comic covers. And you don't really see, like, the comic covers look great. Don't get me wrong. Artistically, they look fantastic. But they don't look fun.
But they don't sell the comic.
Yeah, they don't look fun.
I mean, some of them are neat. Like this Flash one is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's some cool ones.
There's some here and there, but like if you look back at when I read a comic from like the 80s, they're all awesome, the covers. There's very few that aren't intriguing. Right?
Yeah, they tell you kind of what's going on in the book without you, like, if you look at the cover, you're like, oh, this is gonna happen. Right? Versus like, this is a representation of, this is like sort of like a representation of what this story is. It's like, no, I want to know what's going to happen in this book. Like Captain America's going to fight those guys.
Yeah.
And then that happens. Like if you look at like the Flash comic actually does happen, but if you look at something like this is a variant cover. So it's a variant cover, so it's a bad example, but like that doesn't happen in Nightwing. It's just,
why don't you know what's going on there?
He's like just falling back.
What's happening there?
But like, okay, let's look. I'll make myself. This is a new one here.
Yeah, it's a pose.
And you're like, what is that? Like,
what's he doing?
This has nothing to do with what is going on.
No, it's a generic pose. You can, if you're doing that, then you can make covers for the next year in a few weeks, and then store them, and then just put them on these comics, because it's just poses of characters, not really showing you what's happening. You don't even have to know what the comic is about in order to make those covers, right?
Yeah, and that's not very exciting. You're not selling me the story that you're telling that you want me to get excited for.
I don't know. There's a lot. I mean, and ranting about covers is something everyone does on YouTube. It's just I know things change, but I want to know if things are better now, sell more now, or more appealing now. And more accessible now. The answer is probably no. For comics. And yes, I know that they have these movies, but guess what? The original thought was that the movies would sell the comics. They were an advertisement for the comics, and they're not. People who love the movies love the movies. You don't even. It's like all these. Like, listen, we had this debate in your last stream about like should they recast Black Panther. I'm convinced that like most, if not some, of the people who say they shouldn't recast Black Panther don't understand that Black Panther has a 54-year history now. It's over 50 years. 1966 is when the character first debuted, and has been in other media like the Spider-Man 90s cartoon, the BET cartoon series with Damon Hunsu voicing him. So it's not a Chadwick Boseman character. Chadwick Boseman furthered the legacy of this 50-year-old character by playing the part. But like, I think that people that say that it shouldn't be recast, that Chadwick Boseman, it should die with Chadwick Boseman, I think they're more fans of the movie Black Panther character and not necessarily fans or even respectful of the comic book character that's been in multimedia for 50 years. So yeah, it's one of those things where people are more fans of it's like, I know all about Iron Man from the movies, right? It's like, name me like 20 Iron Man villains from the comics. Like, you can't, right? So yeah, I mean, they don't advertise the comics. They don't do a thing for the comics. No. It's funny when people freaked out over Captain America becoming a Hydra agent, and it's comics. We all knew that it was BS, right? But like, I remember that was on CNN and stuff, and it was like Fox News had it, and it's like, why? Like, listen, guys, you're freaking out. Number one, this is only because the movies, right? Number two, have any of you read the comics up to this point to know what's going on? It's like, you don't, and all the people freaking out about it didn't pick up the comic to read what was going on. They're just upset by the news of it. Yeah. So yeah, the movies don't do a thing for the comics in terms of sales or awareness.
Oh God,
awareness perhaps in terms of like these news stories, but like in terms of like dropping money for the comic and buying it and following the stories, no way. No way.
Everybody I talk to, so many people love the MCU movies. So many of them. Everybody I talk to. And out of everybody that we've ever known, there's only one man who's ever bought the comics. And Sean, he came with us to some shows.
Yes, yeah.
He's the one. Kyle, his name's Kyle. He's a good buddy of mine. Okay, Kyle's the only person who's young. He's half our age, who literally was like, Jason, it's like I really like the MCU movies, and he's like, I want to try to read some of the comics. Cool. And I literally like. I'm having goosebumps right now. I'm like,
you're the one. Anyway,
like, are you serious? I was like, you want to read the comics? I was like, oh. And I gave him my Thor. He's like, I love Thor. I'm like, here's all my Thor comics. They're not worth anything. And I'm like, I will give. And he's like, I can't believe you're giving these to me. I was like, you've earned it just by saying you want to read. And now he's reading the Planet Hulk stuff. He likes Hulk and Thor. I was like, read it. He has not missed an issue of the current Immortal Hulk. Mm-hmm. And I don't care if you like it or not. This is why I don't discourage people. If you're an MCU fan, you're like, oh, I want to read some Hulk comics, and then you're reading the Hulk comics, I'm like, good for you.
That's what's supposed to happen.
That's what's supposed to happen. And I'm not going to get mad if someone's like, well, I like this series and I don't like this series, whatever.
Yeah, I tried this and I don't like it. It's like, well, you tried it. My God, most people don't.
Yeah. And he's been reading Immortal Hulk now. I haven't seen him. He moved to Vancouver or whatever he moved to, so I haven't seen him in a while. But he never missed an issue of Immortal Hulk, and he was reading the Thor run. And I'm like, I'm going to be like, dude, yeah, read whatever you want to read and have fun reading it. And then we talk about it. And then he's like, what else should I try? He's like, well, I also really like, Superman. I was like, okay. I said, Superman. I said, if you like Superman, just go with, well, at this time it was Rebirth. I said, just get Rebirth and see how it's going. It's going to be too hard for you to try to go back, And then he tried Venom, and he really likes Venom, even though I'm not a big Venom fan. And I told him, like, look, I'm not a big Venom guy, but he loves this current Venom. I'm like, perfect. And he was not missing a day. He went every single week to the comic shops. And I'm going every week to the comic shops, and there's very, very few. Like, this whole thing, like, oh, there can't be more than 5 people in the shop or whatever. Yeah, no, don't worry. don't worry. Let me go through a couple of these. Yeah, I don't know, Clobber Times, if you're still on here. If you are, that's great. Thanks for hanging in there. Yeah, the thing is, I just like everything. Even, like, I'm not always angry about stuff. It's like, I want things to be good. You're in jail. It's oh my God, dude. Well, at least you're out. Nephew loves movies, but he asks about the comic stories. Yeah, and then get him in there. Get him in there right now. Joe, thanks for joining. Michael B. Jordan should be Black Panther in MCU. Has he been in any?
They would have to bring him back, but the thing is, narratively, I was thinking about this morning. Narratively, that makes sense because he's the only one you're really invested in. The other one would be M'Baku, but the problem is in the world of MCU, he's not part of the lineage, so he can't get that flower bowl crap.
But he died.
Killmonger died, right?
I know he died. I'm saying that they would bring him back. They bring every freaking body back. But the thing is, but the thing is, like, if you do that, number one, you cheapen the ending of Black Panther.
Yeah.
Number two, it's the stereotype that everyone who dies in the MCU comes back. So, number three, it makes the most sense in that he would have a redemption arc and all that. It's bringing in a villain and making him a hero again.
But no,
and Baku can't do it because.
Killmonger was irredeemable. He was done.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like they would redeem. They've redeemed the irredeemable in those movies.
No, he was a lunatic. No.
Yeah, I think I'm bringing back as a lunatic.
No, that's like redeeming the Joker. No.
I know, but the thing I fear from your reaction here is I'm pretty sure that they would probably do that.
Oh, no. Sorry. Let me clarify. Would they do that? Quite possibly.
Probably, yeah.
Should they do that? In my opinion, no. Here's
my problem with this whole recast. Like, you have to recast T'Challa. T'Challa is Black Panther. I get that everyone's like, well, Shuri was Black Panther in comics. Yeah, okay, yes. But that's a different character, man. It's like, yeah, there's a character called Shuri in these movies, but they have to really, anyone from this point on in the MCU that they make Black Panther, they have who is existing, they have to drastically alter that character to make them Black Panther. Shuri has to be drastically altered. She's childish and stupid, and she's great in knowledge, but not in wisdom. One of those, like that kind of stupidness. They have to make her more, and maybe that could be an arc. They'll make her more grown up, and then she could be Black Panther. And Baku isn't part of the lineage, so you'd have to try and fix that somehow.
Right.
If you were to bring back Killmonger, then you have to redeem him somehow. Right. So you have to drastically alter characters to make them Black Panther if it's not T'Challa.
So the problem ends up being that people seem to be really focused on this person can be this character. Mm-hmm. And if this person doesn't do this character anymore, we don't have the character. I don't understand that. Because we all grew up in a time where characters were replaced. George Reeves, when he died, we did not get another Superman. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand it at all.
I think Sean made an excellent point, and I think this is the truth. I think if people look deep into themselves, they would have to admit this, that the people that do not want T'Challa recast are people who are really just MCU fans.
They don't understand what Black Panther is.
Like, they're not Black Panther fans. Like, look, Hugh Jackman, right? Wolverine.
Yeah.
Right? He's Wolverine, right? Okay, well, he's done now. So are we going to never have Wolverine? Like, I can't fathom having, like, a mutant movies without Wolverine or whatever, right? Like, it's like, that's crazy. But then you're loyal to some and not loyal to others. It's like, yeah, you're okay with War Machine being recast. Don Cheadle, yeah, Terrence Howard, forget it. Don Cheadle, we're cool. It's like, well, why don't you care? Like, so for me, it's like if you need to recast them, recast them. And the thing is, it's like Chadwick Boseman was awesome, and he passed away, and it was really awful because he seemed like a super cool person in real life.
Yeah.
And he was excellent as Black Panther.
Yeah.
But Black Panther, the character, is an important character. He represents a lot of stuff. This Black Panther movie was like an okay movie, but people have embraced it.
There's a political
now.
Movement. Yeah.
There's like a whole movement, and it's like you can't just ignore it. Has to be bigger than Chadwick Boseman. I mean, if you're a comic book person, you have to be like, if I'm reading Jack Kirby Black Panther, it's like, well, I want Black Panther. I don't want Shuri Black Panther. I don't care if she was in the comics or not. It's like, that's not Black Panther.
Yeah, I don't understand how you damage Chadwick Boseman's legacy by recasting.
You don't.
You further the legacy by recasting. Look, George Reeves was Superman to a generation.
Yeah.
He played Superman in how many episodes? For like 6 seasons in the 50s. He did not piss on Kirk Allen's legacy. He furthered Kirk Allen's legacy as the first guy to portray Superman live action.
Mm-hmm.
Christopher Reeve did not piss on George Reeves's legacy or Kirk Allen's legacy. He furthered it by taking those aspects and adding to it and furthering the legacy. Dean Cain did not piss on Christopher Reeve's legacy, nor did he piss on George Reeves' legacy, nor did he piss on Kirk Allen's legacy. He furthered the legacy of those actors who put their takes in it, incorporate those things, added to the legacy of Superman as well. Everyone who plays a character from the comics and like takes on that legacy adds to the legacy of the previous person and the character himself. That is standard issue. I don't understand this newly popped up philosophy that like if you recast Chadwick Boseman, you're tarnishing his legacy. You're not. By discontinuing the character that he painstakingly brought to life on the screen, by discontinuing that character, by killing the character with him, you are destroying his legacy. Of course you are.
Hey, you're ending it. Do you think Chadwick Boseman?
You're ending it. Yeah,
you're ending it. Chadwick, like if you said if we could communicate with Chadwick Boseman right now and say, hey, sir, do you want this to continue? He'd be like, well, of course I want Black Panther to continue. That's why I put I put my heart and soul into this role, into this character. I didn't do it so you could get rid of it. And like now that I've passed away, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, T'Challa's dead. You come here. You're Black Panther now.
Yeah, Killmonger, you are the villain in the last thing. You could be Black.
You could be Black Panther. That's cool. It's like what? Like I don't even think his family would want that. Like, like wouldn't they be like, no, I think Chadwick Boseman was very proud of playing that character and being like, bringing that character to life on the screen for us because we'd never seen it before. And it's like, yeah, I don't think he would want that character to just end there. He would be like, no, there must be a Black Panther, and they keep saying, oh, we need, like, Black Panther was a good, strong man who was a black man, who was an honorable, noble person. Mm-hmm. We're going to get rid of that now? This is mind-boggling to me.
Like, I understand there's a political take to it, and we don't live in the United States, but that can't overtake this 50-year-old legacy. It can't.
Come on. And don't you think it's actually it's reverse? It's actually making it worse. Like, don't you want black boys to look up to a black superhero who's a noble character, who fights for good, who's strong, athletic?
Continue the T'Challa character, recast it. Yes, I know it's going to be difficult, but you can do it. There's plenty of black actors out there that can do it. It's like there are a lot of great, brilliant black actors out there now. Plus, you give someone else an opportunity. I don't. What is the problem here?
Yeah, anyway. You dedicate the movie to Chadwick. The new actor who's going to take over can literally have a press conference or a thing on Twitter or YouTube and
I of course, super duper respect what Chadwick Boseman did. Like no one else could have done this.
Right.
And listen, like I'm honored. Yeah, I'm honored to take on the legacy of this 54-year-old character. I want to further it into the rest of this
Marvel
century.
Or whatever. And it's
Blah,
like, I
blah,
plan
blah.
to put my heart and soul into this role. I'm going to do
Yeah.
my best to honor to honor Chadwick Boseman and his family and his fans. And we're going to honor this character who is an important superhero, not just an important black superhero, but an important superhero. It's like, who's a role model to young men of all race. You know, like,
Yeah.
I'm writing this for you guys. Like, record me and just redub me. You know, just dub my voice over whoever. It's like, I'm telling you what to say. Like, I don't know. I don't get it. All right, we're gonna end off right now. So I already did. There's not going to be an Amazing Fans tomorrow because I did it on Wednesday.
You did on
So
Wednesday, yeah.
we're gonna come back and we can talk about Nobody. If you get a chance to check out Nobody. So Invincible should be on tonight. Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Do you think you can get to Mortal Kombat? I'll see if I can get to Mortal Kombat or not. I don't know if I'll be able to get to Mortal Kombat this weekend before Sunday, but I'll let you guys know if I can. Right. So I'll have to play it by ear. What else? I think that's pretty much it. But definitely Falcon and Winter Soldier and Invincible and all that stuff. And watch the first 7 minutes of MK, or if you can watch the whole movie, then just watch the whole movie. But try to watch Nobody, Steve. I thought that was a great movie. It's super fun.
Yeah.
And like Sean, the ending, like that entire sequence was like super.
That's wicked.
Like,
and like I was surprised by who the grandfather was. But
oh my god! Well, I already spoiled it.
I was like, oh my god, because like he's aged a bit more. Yeah.
I spoiled it.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I didn't spoil what happens, and it's the damn best. So
yeah, they don't make action pictures like. I mean, that sort of like man on a mission thing. They just don't do anymore, and it's great to see when you see it, right? So.
Yeah, and it's every decision they made in this movie was perfect. It's like nothing stupid happened. I'm so happy. Having dinner and then getting the thing to wipe your mouth in, and what was underneath was like, oh, that was good.
Yeah.
Was so good. Like, oh, let me just get that for you. It's like wiping his mouth. You're like, oh shit. That was good. Yeah. All right, so big Havoc fan, yes. Oh yeah, no, Havoc is awesome. Joe Fisher, I do a thing called The Amazing Fans, and if you're a Havoc fan and if you want to come on and talk to me, just you and me talking about Havoc, we do it live on YouTube. So if you want to talk about Havoc, just drop me a line, and we can talk. We can talk. I love Hellions. It's a great book. We can talk about Havoc. I can set up a date for you. All right, guys. That's it. We're gonna end it off here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you this Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. We're gonna talk about all the cool stuff that's come out. All right, guys. Thanks. See ya.